Welcome to We're Just Messages podcast. Of course, I am Mike.
What's happening? It's Marcus back in the building, man.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. We got nice, good weather this Saturday morning. You know what I'm saying? A little pinch of chilly outside, but it's cool.
Yeah, man. I'm doing all right, man. It was a long fucking week, man.
It really was, man.
This shit still ain't over, man. The nigga been busting his ass all fucking week, bro.
Dog, I thought I was the only one out here, man.
Nah, dog. It's been a long week. And September is almost over.
Just like that. We're already September 22nd today?
Well, you already know me, man. The year's it's already over when the September hit, but this shit is it's a dub, man. It's a dub.
Yes.
Get this shit out of here, man. It's packed, man.
Already. It's September 21st, so
When fall start?
shit. Fall typically starts. The official date of fall?
What is it, like September 23rd or some shit? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. Hold on, let me fact check that real quick. Official date of fall.
I swear it was like the 24th, 25th or some shit like that. I don't be keeping up with that shit like I used to.
Official date of fall season. September 22nd.
So tomorrow. It's still gonna be a few warm days, but all in all, it'll still be a cool breeze coming through this bitch, man.
Yeah, we in Charleston, so it don't really get technically down here. Don't get cold till like January.
Shit, January. Yeah, January. I mean, I've had warm Christmas days, warm Thanksgiving days, so not hot, but like kind of like warm type shit. So you know how that shit go, man. Charleston, right by the water too, so you know how that shit go.
Yeah.
Especially if you by the bridge. I noticed like around when we start hitting around that fall and you start walking that bridge, you go over there, that breeze be hitting. You know they putting a basketball court under that shit.
Yeah, I heard. My homeboy told me that. That's fire, bro. Under the bridge.
That shit right under there with that little well people go to walk at and shit like that. They putting a basketball court under there.
Is it like that's on like the Mount Pleasant side?
Yes.
Okay then. All right.
That's where that little park and a little playground and shit like that. Yeah, they putting a basketball court over there.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That shit gonna be stupid, Jack.
I mean, Charleston got a lot of potential though, man. Like they still need what we gotta do to get a sports team down here. Rather it be basketball or football.
Man, I think it's coming, bro. It's coming soon because, they already signed off to get the public transportation shit, like the train system and shit.
I ain't hear nothing about that.
Man, I think
I must have been out the fucking loop. I ain't hear about that.
I think they've, from what I've heard, I mean, not don't quote me on this, but this is from what I heard that they have they approved. They haven't started it yet, but they have they gave it a go because I've heard rumors about that Charleston was trying to implicate a train system. It was going to go from, I want to say, from from Somerville to Mount Pleasant.
Mm-hmm.
And anything between there. You know what I'm saying? But don't quote me on this now. So, but I think they might have one. I think that was the only route. I don't think they did another route like a downtown to Somerville or no shit like that. It was just like Mount Pleasant, Somerville. But I'm pretty sure there's stops along the way there. But that shit would be crazy if we got, because I was just in Charlotte. They got a little train system. I mean, it ain't really.
I did see that.
It ain't really shit. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like.
No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but I think Charleston one would probably be a little bit. It'd be because of the surrounding areas and how much they have grown and populated. I think it would be kind of it'll be interesting to see how they do that, because the outside, it seems like the Somervilles, Goose Creeks, Mounts Corners, like this. I feel like this area is the areas that's getting the most populated.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, whether if it's being too expensive to live down, in Charleston, prior to it was, back in the day, and then people just moving up just because being pushed out of their areas, or trying to find a better education system, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, Charleston is getting crowded at the same time too. We don't need to get too crowded though. We don't need to get it too crowded.
I think what we're gonna start seeing maybe is it's going to start being like we have Charleston, then we have the greater Charleston area. I feel like we're going to have that shit because if you coming in from 26, bruh, like if you coming in, you'll start to see construction like further and further out.
Further out. Even like when you going like past exit 199, like you going up that way, like a lot of people wouldn't know that used to be trees all in the middle.
Hell yeah.
They chopped all them shits down, bruh.
I remember
and as you continue to go further down. I don't think it'll be a time where we'll see 3 lanes on each side of 26, but we might have to get to that one day. You never know.
I think we're going to get there sooner than later, bro. I think we're going to get there sooner than later because every time I go up 26, it's just always construction. It's always just shit being built. Just even if you look on the side.
Yeah.
It's just always some shit being built, like some new shit popping up here, some shit popping up here, and you be like, "Damn, bro!" And then you'll see like the little subdivisions start popping up too as you start to go, up 26. You'll just start see more apartment complexes, more. This how I know this shit getting populated because a lot of homes now are being built vertical instead of horizontal.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the homes are being when the homes are being built vertically. That's how I know it's like ass of people coming through.
I mean, job opportunities, just expansion. People moving down to the south. Cost of living really don't help. So people leaving the north, coming down south,
and they're coming down with a big hefty bag because, the $1 million in New York and $1 million in South Carolina is, it's gonna go longer.
It's a difference.
Yeah, it's a difference. So
I remember when that was a trending topic. I seen on social media, I think like a week and a half ago or something like that, where people was talking about like, is $1 million life changing money or some shit like that. Something along them lines or something like that. I understand money it affects in different states due to cost of living and all that other shit, but
at the end of the day, bro, $1 million is $1 million.
Excuse me, $1 million is $1 million.
Like, however you want to play it, it's how you want to play it, but it's still $1 million.
That's definitely changing your life in some way, shape, or form. Like, I'm not talking about the outliers, of course. I'm talking about the average American, like the same average American who can't afford $1,000 for an expensive for an emergency expense. So you getting $1 million, that does a lot for you. I don't care who you are,
unless you just got these outrageous vices and you just got the worst spending habits ever. But I think if you're just like a normal person with like, who thinks logically, you'll make that $1 million work more than enough times.
You better hope so, because a lot of motherfuckers, man, they'll get some shit like that and just either go crazy, lose their mind, or they're gonna blow half of it off rip.
I mean, and I can understand that too. I can understand that, seeing that $1 million and just being like, just do whatever, I dreamt of doing. But it's like, man, that shit is like, you got to be based in reality in some way because all roller coasters end, bruh. All roller coasters eventually end. The ride eventually ends. When you officially just start blowing money, you're officially on the ride. And everybody knows if you just start blowing shit, just not really checking your bank account, because you got to know yourself as a person. Like,
correct,
this is what I'm working with. I need to stick with here. But if you just a motherfucker just swiping on the way, you on that roller coaster, and then you try to swipe again and that bitch say decline, the roller coaster just ended.
You look back and you be like, damn, look at all the shit that I buy. What did that shit amount to?
Probably nothing. You just went dumb. You just went crazy, or not even decline, or just you spending so much and then you just realize like, God damn, bro, I just got a bunch of shit for what? You know what I'm saying? So you gotta kind of look at things in perspective. If you get a large sum of money, because it's easy to get on the roller coaster and it's hard to get off the roller coaster. You know what I'm saying? Because when you have been somebody who's been used to spending so much, that's when people talk about lifestyle living and being accustomed and this is what I'm used to and things like that. Once a person then had it to where they ain't never had to check nothing, now they gotta finally start checking this. Some people can't really make that transition, man.
I don't know. We're gonna definitely see over the next couple months though. Especially speaking of like cost of, the election is coming up in a few months, so I don't think much is gonna change though. Like I said last week, we spoke a little bit of it. I'm not Not gonna deep dive back onto that again this week. But people, be aware. You already know what time it is, especially down here.
Yeah.
Ain't shit gonna change, man. Ain't much gonna change. Just do the best you can to survive out here. Be smart with your funds. Save your money. Please, please save your money. That a lot of people, either due to family construction, a lot of that shit get passed down just because they might have seen a parent, they might have seen an aunt, they might have seen an uncle just spend money a certain type of way. Please learn to save your money out here. Don't get caught up in trying to keep up with the Joneses. A lot of shit ain't what it seems. Trust me. A lot of motherfuckers out here fronting. Yeah. They don't really got it like that. You over here, you trying to keep up. You trying to floss with them too. Nah, leave it alone, bro. Just go ahead and continue to stack your bread. Because I'm telling you, when that bill come around and you ain't got that shit,
it's a hurt feeling.
The company ain't want to hear nothing. All they want to hear is where my money at.
It's a hurt feeling. Hey, I seen this shit on Twitter. Somebody had said, somebody was like, when you go and you like, damn, I'm trying to think, man, I'm tripping now. It just lost my train of thought with just saying that. Basically, this basically me basically just saying like, when you think you have, yesterday nigga said, when you think you got extra money left over, but you forgot to pay a bill. Yeah. And I'm like, bro, when I was younger, I did that shit before, bro. I definitely had done that
Especially if it comes out the account automatically.
Yes.
Them the ones right there. If you got the ones that is set up and that date ain't hit yet, but you think you got extra bread, then that shit snatch it.
What?
You be like, damn, bro, I forgot about that shit.
Damn, boy, that instant transaction. Yeah.
But I mean, as you get older and you get smarter, you realize money is really just a tool. Money really is just a tool to help you kind of like provide convenience in your life.
Yeah.
That's really what money is. Like the more of it you get, the more convenience it provides you. Yeah. Like in terms of doing certain things, being more flexible with your time. You're able to kind of maybe experiment a little bit more with certain investments. That's really all money really is. But a lot of people get caught up in money just being the face of them.
Yeah.
In turn, the face becomes their what's the word I'm looking for? The money becomes like the face for them as far as materialistic things.
Yeah, that's like
not the shit that really hold. Yeah, the shit that hold weight.
Yeah.
And that's not to say people can't buy good things. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not no financial guru at all. I'm just somebody who's been, I would say, very smart with their money as I continue to get older. But at the same time, too, you don't want the money to become like the face of you.
Yeah.
You needed to just let it be what it is, and that's essentially what it is. Really a tool, bro. When you start accumulating more and more money, it's just gonna provide more and more convenience for you. But that convenience can go away if you don't know how to use the tool right.
Yeah.
That's with anything. You got a screwdriver over here, but you over here, you're trying to use it on something that obviously is not. It's not what it's supposed to be used for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And the thing with money is like, I'm not, like you said, I'm not a financial guru neither, but you know, from what I've seen with people who do have some little bit of change, is the people who always, like you said, they don't let the money be the face of them. They just use the money for what it's for. Because if you look at it as for what it's for, you'll never get it fucked up.
Yeah.
Like if you use it for things that you feel like can add value or bring you some more back, you're gonna look at the dollar different than a nigga who just getting it and just blowing it.
I mean, you can even start on kind of like a starter. Anybody can get a high yield savings account, money marketing account. Banks provide different interest rates, some range between 4 to 7% return on it. Just put that money in. You know, a lot of people, they have like an automatic draft when they get paid. Take that money and put it into a high yield savings account or a money marketing account. Them regular accounts ain't shit.
Yeah.
You're only getting like 0.00001% interest on your money, so that shit ain't nothing. Get you one of them type of accounts that you can kind of set yourself up.
Yeah.
Just starting there. Again, like I said, I'm not no financial guru or nothing like that, but just even starting off on the beginner level like that, you can get you one of those accounts and just watch that shit accumulate, watch that shit grow. It serves you no type of interest to have that shit sitting in no regular account, bro.
Yeah, just a regular savings. Nah.
Yeah, that shit ain't giving you no type of return, bro.
I don't. The only thing I use a regular savings accounts for is if I'm like when I'm dividing up my bills and I'll just put the bill money in the savings account because I know they're gonna take that shit out. Once they take that shit out, I just replace it.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so because I'm just like
definitely makes sense.
Just separate the two. But one thing I've also seen people who have money as well is they like to spread their money around at certain places. They don't just keep everything in one spot. Whether they have, like you said, multiple savings accounts or just like Roth IRAs, stocks, shit like that, just spreading the paper around, you know what I'm saying? So, they getting it in different avenues. But I always used to think that was a hard thing to do, but as I get older, I'm realizing it's not really that hard, but you got to kind of start first. So if you're trying to, this is just my observation. If you're trying to, like you say, you want to save money, you might have to start off with the sacrifice of, you know what, I'm going to take maybe half my check or a good portion of my check, and I'm going to just put it here and I'm going to just chill. And then once I chill for the next paycheck, then I don't maybe have to add so much. I could just put this much in your bill, but you got to kind of make the sacrifice.
You got a budget.
You got a budget.
Everybody got a budget. Yeah. Everybody got to map out their, and I don't mean cut you off. Everybody got to just map out their bills, what they spending habits is, really create a budget. Yeah. Once you create a budget, everything, you could pretty much figure everything out. And at that point, it's just about being disciplined.
Yeah.
It's all about discipline for real.
Yeah.
Like I remember when I was a kid, my parent, more so my grandfather, my mom, somewhat my dad, because he do like financial aid now and shit like that, as far as like guidance for people like how to spend their money and shit. They used to always kind of say like spend half, save half. That was kind of like they kind of their whole motto as far as teaching me how to save. And of course, as a kid and as you're younger teens, then okay, you get in your early 20s, you got that little monkey on your shoulder sometimes, but like, okay, yeah, I got that, because we don't have that much responsibilities.
Yeah.
As you get older and you start accumulating more and more responsibilities, you gotta understand that, yeah, I gotta start budgeting a little bit better.
I gotta think before I react.
Bruh, the money that I saved since I stopped eating fast food is ridiculous. And it wasn't even a money thing. But like I look at my account now and I be like, damn, I ain't even spend no money today. Most of the time on my day-to-day, money would be spent on me eating probably Chick-fil-A or going to McAllister's.
Yeah.
Going to Culver, shit like that. That shit adds up.
Yeah.
Then when you look at the date, you be like, damn, I ain't even had to spend no bread today.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like that shit really, really was the also positive side of me giving up that too. It was more so my health more than anything. But to see the effects of it money wise, oh shit, like nigga done been saving some money, bro. Right. Nigga done been saving some money, not going to get the the Chick-fil-A shit. And ultimately, I really don't miss that shit. But all in all, I just say that to say, as you get older, you really start to understand where you're supposed to put your money at. Saving for them rainy days.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like being able to have that unexpected expense, because the economy ain't gonna get no better. Of course, it's gonna go through its waves where everything, like I seen gas coming down.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you really want to maintain that mindset that this shit could get out of fucking whack one day. Easily get out of whack. Don't get caught up with these niggas on the gram with the jewelry and all these extravagant trips and all. Everybody can't have that lifestyle, man. Everybody can't have it. That's not to say everybody faking it, but everybody ain't doing it like how you think either. You see what I'm saying? It's some legit ones out here, and there's some other ones who's just keeping up with the Joneses. But social media, anything can look real. It's all about perspective at the end of the day. Perception is reality in some cases.
Yeah, but but in those cases, you just look at things like you said, you gotta take a lot of shit with just a grain of salt, my nigga. Like he living like that. That's him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't compare yourself.
That's what I'm saying. Can't compare yourself. And my whole thing is always like, bro, everybody's gonna get their chance to to play in the sun. Everybody's gonna have their chance to live in the sun. It's just when your time comes, are you just going to be ready for it?
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I view it as. Your time just might not be here right now, bro. But who's to say that your time? It's not like your time ain't never going to come. Now it's never going to come if you don't.
Because everybody won't get it before 25.
You know what I'm saying? Your time is going to come when your time is going to come. If you're doing the things now, wishful thinking don't help if you don't put no work in. So you got to at least put some work in first, and then things will come. Now within work, there's stuff within that too. How to position yourself, how to align yourself with certain things, just depending on whatever you're trying to do. But like I said, man, like you said, just save your money,
continue to just work too.
Work.
Whatever area if you in a job that provides you a great living and you want to move up, then move up. You get what I'm saying? Or if you just want to stay there, stay there. Don't job hop in this economy. That would not be smart.
Nah,
it wouldn't be smart. Do not job hop in this economy. I don't care what nobody say. I'm not saying you got to stay at a job that's, detrimental to your mental health or nothing like that. But if you in a good, stable position, don't be job hopping out here because that shit matters when it comes to hiring. A lot of people may try to discount that shit, but it matters. Like, you can have better credentials than another candidate, but because your job duration is not as good as the other, you might not get that job over that other person because they don't know if you're going to be here for another 6 months or a year.
Yeah.
But this person, they got better job history as far as duration. So don't really get caught up in that whole thing about job hopping, bro. If you got a good, stable position right now at your job, stay at that motherfucker. Straight up.
Unless you got something guaranteed. I wouldn't just go off the whim, and like you said, not in this economy, bro. You go off the whim, just off emotion or some shit. You got to think you'll be fucking around 8 months, damn near 6 to 8 months with no work. You know what I'm saying? If you're out here looking for a job, so if you're gonna do some shit like that, just please be smart about your decision. Please have a backup plan. Please know what's going on. Please know what you're gonna do after you make this drastic move.
Oh, definitely for sure. Because man, it's like I said, it's rough out here, man.
Hell yeah,
it's definitely rough out here, especially if you live up north. I don't be mad at people moving down south, but at the same time, it's getting a little too crowded down here.
Yeah,
y'all niggas might need to stay up there, kind of deal with that. Real shit.
Like y'all
niggas gotta stay up there.
Y'all niggas have so much New York. Y'all niggas have so much pride. Go ahead and thug that shit out on the train,
thug that shit out, man. I couldn't imagine taking New York train, man, and just
I mean, you gotta
be continuous transportation. I'm cool, bro. I like driving.
I tell people, bro, like New York is some shit you gotta be built for that. You gotta
be literally born there.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Transplants, I mean, there's a lot, but they're not gonna do it like a real New Yorker, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, in order to really like not care about what the fuck going on. Like
in the city, cool, but I wouldn't move back up there.
Man, the furthest I can do is probably Maryland. It's the furthest up north I can do is Maryland. I can't do nothing past Maryland.
I'm cool, bro. I'm cool. I'm staying down here, or I mean, even the West Coast. Like, I would even move to the West Coast. And no disrespect to the West Coast, because I fuck with y'all. There's a lot of West Coast supporters, but y'all can have that over there, man.
I don't know what to do when an earthquake happened, bro.
It's not even that. They cost of living is out the roof too.
Ridiculous.
That shit is crazy. Like, I feel like you have to be well off to live in certain cities. Like, if I was moved back to New York, I want like a nice penthouse type shit.
Yeah.
But of course, I'm not no fucking millionaire, so I wouldn't be able to afford no shit like that.
Yeah.
Because I be seeing some of them nice ass spots. Like, Chicago got them too.
Mm-hmm.
Houston got it too. But like, if I'm moving back to New York, I gotta be like downtown Manhattan.
Damn, you couldn't do nothing in Brooklyn or nothing like that? Because they got some nice areas out there. That's parts of.
Or if I probably stay in Jersey or some shit like that for a house. But as far as like the city, I would want to be like Manhattan type shit.
Damn, you wouldn't do Queens again?
No. I done did my time there, man.
Okay, I feel you.
And they getting people anyway. Like, dog, they be having they're talking about having tolls in cities now.
So you can, oh hell no.
You could be, I mean, just like on some traffic light type shit. Like, they got the shit like around the traffic light. Like, I see some shit in Manhattan where they actually had like a toll that you'll have to pay just to drive around the city. Ain't that fucking insane?
Stuff is not one thing, it's the motherfucking other, bro.
That's one thing I can say about down here, bro. Let me knock on wood. Hopefully, we'll never have to worry about no shit down here, bro, as far as that, because that's fucking insane.
I mean, Charlotte
I did see that shit.
Charlotte got tolls. And them boy will hit you with that. You will get that shit in the mail, too. Like we spoke last week.
Man, them niggas can go to hell.
Bro, them niggas will. And the thing is, bro, they'll let that bitch accumulate. If, they'll let that bitch accumulate about, you'll look at that shit, you'll get about a good 6 charges. And
I'm cool on that.
Then they'll send that shit to you.
I'm cool on that. Don't send me nothing.
That shit's
I done did my fair share of that. I mean, when I went to Florida, they got them. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they gonna send you the bill. They got your license plate. They got it. And it's not like, they got to worry about it because at the end of the day, you're going to get the bill. So you're either going to pay it or you're not. And if you're not, you're going to have to deal with that on the other side. I don't know what the other side is because I pay all my bills. I ain't got time to be playing with motherfuckers.
I'm just mail that bitch
y'all
right
can
back.
have that.
Yeah, y'all can have that shit.
Y'all can have it when it comes to taxes and all that other shit. Yo, it's really crazy. Dame owe $8 million in fucking taxes, bro.
I don't see how you not pay your taxes. But that's the thing about being an entrepreneur.
In the state, ain't no telling where else he owe fucking bread. I was watching Steve Stoute interview last night on the Pivot, and him and Dame had some funny.
Yeah, the video you sent us in the
chat. That shit was insane, bro. Matter of fact, let me play that shit. Go ahead. Do
you think Dame did that on purpose, though? You think he did that on purpose? Like
probably.
He's a funny nigga if he did that on purpose, bro. He's
a
wild nigga if he did that on purpose.
I ain't know they still had static like that though, dog.
Yeah.
That shit was hilarious. Let me see if I can find that shit, man.
Every time Steve Stoute name get brought up in a Dame Dash interview, Dame Dash never got positive things to say about this.
Let me play this shit real quick. I got it right here.
I'm broke because all I do is invest in myself. And no, you're broke because you made bad investments in yourself. Come on.
But he put a bunch of stuff out there, bro, and then even we all watch it. We all hip hop dudes.
Yeah.
What the stuff that Dame says about you that you just have to clear up? Because he said he slapped you over $18,000. He said, I could get a list of stuff that I done heard about.
No. Not only, Dame over $18,000. Dame and I had an altercation, right? We had two altercations. We were in an office at Sony, not at Sony, at his record, we were in the same building. There was like 10 guys in the room. I was by myself. And we got into an altercation. No doubt. Yelling, fighting, whatever. About 2 years later, I seen him. We were on the same street. And it was him by himself. He had two girls with him. I went to step to him. This man pushed the girl in front of me and took off running. The girl he pushed in front of me falls and then sues me. The insurance company pays out her just to not even have lawyers. They just approve it, Steve. They don't even tell me. They just settle, whatever it is they settle is. $30,000 or some bullshit for nothing. He pushed the girl faking to fall on the floor, my ankle, all the bullshit. About 5 hours after that, we're at Kanye's party, and the girl walks up to me and tells me, "You don't remember me?" I'm like, "No." A girl walks up to me and tells me, "You don't remember me?" I'm like, "No." She says, "I was the girl who sued you. The money that you gave us, we used to settle out in L.A., to move out to L.A. Thank you." Wow. That's his woman now. So we've always had
Dog, that shit was crazy when I was watching that shit yesterday, bro. That shit I ran that shit back at least 2 times, bro.
That's like an elite.
I'm like, come on, Dame. No way, bro. Dame probably gonna say something about that, though.
He
gonna hear it. He gonna hear it. So he gonna say something about that. But Steve Stoute, I always listen to Steve Stoute anytime he pop up on shit. He's been very successful throughout his career. He's always been able to flip some business ventures and shit like that. I kind of feel like Steve Stoute and Dame Dash like the opposite side of the coin. Like, Steve has always kind of somewhat remained consistent. Dame, he's a great guy, great entrepreneur. He done great things, but I just feel like with Dame, he just got to a point where shit just wasn't sticking. You just made bad investments, like Steve Stoute said.
Yeah.
But for them to still be going head to head, like that shit is just hilarious. Of course, I don't want to see nobody get hurt or nothing like that. But that story sounds believable as a motherfucker, bro.
Dog, it sounds like he ran the lick on Steve Stoute, bro.
That would it sound like, yes.
It sounds like that. Like it sounds like Dame told his guy what to do.
Mm-hmm.
She pulled off the plane. They completed, the caper. They got off 30 bands on this nigga.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, salute to Dame for getting
30 and just thinking about it, 30 bands, I'm like, come on, bro. Obviously, they still don't got that bread now.
No.
I would like to ask, like, was that shit really worth it for $30K?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. It does. You do ask yourself, why is Dame Dash in a position to, to finesse $30K, Or maybe it could just be for the simple fact that he don't like this nigga and be like, you know what? Just get there.
I mean, at the end of the day, some niggas just don't like each other. It be like that. But niggas got to learn to stay far away from each other when they don't like each other, dog. Yeah. Especially when you're in an industry like that. Mm-hmm. I don't want Dame to get to a place where he's completely like, nobody fuck with this nigga no more. Like, Dame being at owing $8 million in taxes and having the connections that he have. We done heard stories about rappers getting their taxes paid by other rappers or, you know, somebody helping them. So for nobody to reach out to Dame to try to assist him, I wonder how many bridges this nigga fucking burned, bro.
I don't know. He's not cool with Kanye no more?
He should be. I don't know why. I mean, I'm pretty sure if Ye was to find out about it, you know, Ye be in his whole fucking world. I wouldn't doubt that he might help Dame.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure. But
Dame has helped others. We've heard stories.
Mm-hmm. So I don't, you know, I don't know. I don't know why he is, you know, with all the, like you said, all the resources and the connections he has. You wonder why isn't nobody reaching out their hand publicly and trying to help, bro. But I mean, but they ain't got so much pride, you know, in themselves. So maybe people could have tried to help him and he just maybe turned them all down. I don't know. This shit weird because he'll turn around and say, you know, I've helped people, but nobody's helped me. So I really don't know. I can't even sit there and say that.
No, it's multiple sides to stories.
I can't even say if somebody even reached out to him. I don't know.
Dame is just a go-getter, but at the same time, like, his mouth gets him in trouble. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? He could be, you know, very harsh. So people just be like, man, that shit probably drain down on people, man. Yeah. It probably drains, like, bro, I don't even want to be around this nigga.
I don't want to deal with this shit.
Because I was thinking about that story Memphis Bleak had when they was on the PJ coming back from a show. And he was telling us, like, bro, I don't really even got to be on this plane right now. Like, niggas don't really fuck with you for real. But I fuck with you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could be over here, you know, doing this type shit. And that shit always play back in my mind when I hear Dame talk about his grievances, like, now. You get what I'm saying?
Damn, so niggas wasn't really...
I mean, they probably got burnt out on him.
Yeah, they probably was. Because if you look at Dame shit, you know, I ain't gonna lie, nigga used to joke on... He used to trip off niggas. He used to make fun of niggas. He used to, you know... And, you know, if you're not that person with that... I think even if you got that kind of attitude, like, eventually sometimes it's just gonna be like, all right, man, like, all right, Dame. You know what I'm saying? Eventually it's going to get to that. You know, eventually you're going to get to the point where you get burned out and annoyed or, you know, Dame is a talker too, so he probably was talking niggas' heads off and shit. Like, I can see why, you know, Dame is a brilliant, you know, businessman, business mind. But as a person, I can see how somebody could look at Dame and be like, man, I fuck with you, dog, but I'm going to just, you know, I'm going to fall back. He's got that kind of personality.
Yeah, it's like
I'm going to fall back.
It take a lot to probably fuck with him. Be like, bro, this nigga here running me up a fucking wall, bro.
Word.
God damn, nigga, chill.
That's what I'm saying. He seemed like he got that kind of attitude. And if you're not really a person that's equipped with that every day, because have you seen the shit with him and his, he was on the therapy shit with him and all his brothers.
I remember that shit.
You know what I'm saying? That nigga looked like he was held back then, bro.
That story was stuck out to me because Dame issue was, it wasn't so much his living conditions, it was the fact that, you know, he didn't have the father figure like his brothers did. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like they all got different fathers. Like they ain't got two brothers. It was two of them, right?
Yeah, it's two brothers.
Two brothers. Yeah. He's like, bro, you selfish and you know your father would come around and do. It's a lot of trauma there, bro. But Dame being the oldest, he just had to, or middle child. Was he the oldest?
No, I don't think he was the oldest. I don't think he was the oldest.
Yeah, so he might have been the youngest because his other brother, his father would be around, and he ended up leaving type shit. They didn't have the same father.
Yeah.
But that whole dynamic was crazy. I think that kind of what fueled him too. Mm-hmm. I think that's a part of it that fueled Dame to really be like the hustler, the go-getter. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? I think he had a younger brother, and then he had I think Dame might have been the middle. Yeah. He might have been. I'm not too sure.
And then I know he said like his mom passed away when he was like, I think like 15, and that really turned him. That's he said.
Yeah, because he always used to talk about how he put himself in boarding school and shit like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I mean,
the hustler mindset could be a good thing and a bad thing.
Yeah, it can because
he pride himself in not having a boss.
And he would just.
I just want to see Dame in a better spot, bro.
And with what Steve Stoute was saying with him and some of these business ventures.
Yes.
These are not calculated risks. These are kind of like because when
throwing
Dame,
shit at a wall and hoping it stick. Yeah.
When Dame had the motor oil, I'm like, Dame.
He said, "Don't disrespect me. I'm a tycoon. I sell oil."
I was like, bro, what you need with the what you want your own? No offense now, like if you want to have your own stuff, but to me that just didn't make no sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like it didn't make any sense. Like I could see if you was on some business shit, like, hey, I'm about to go and maybe get a piece of a big company or whatever.
Stoute was going in on. I was like, yeah, he's down bad. Like you keep talking about all this. No, bro, you just had shit that didn't work. Yeah. It wasn't really calculated like how you said.
Yeah. The investments was off, man.
The investments was off.
Cause I just didn't.
Now you selling your share. Then you get somebody, if they get it for $10 million, then they could get the Rockefeller chain. But then even they said in the video, if he make, $5 million, they're gonna take it anyway because he go 8 in taxes. He said, I gotta make $16 million so I can have some money to play with.
But that's so crazy because let's say you had the shit was $8 million. If you got $10 million,
they're gonna take that 8.
Yeah, they're gonna say, but you still got $2 million left over.
That's why I say you're trying to double up.
But man,
you get the 16.
You need to take that 2 and then try to make.
Because remember, Dane was saying like $1 million ain't no money for me.
I mean, but nigga,
$1 million ain't no money for me. They gonna take. I owe $8 million in taxes. That's why he got into that whole spiel.
But my whole thing is this, nigga. Use your brain. You need to use your fucking brain. Cut back on your lifestyle, nigga. Cut back on your lifestyle.
Probably already has. No.
This nigga just said he had a ranch in Wyoming. The nigga said he just bought a ranch or some shit in Wyoming. I seen the video. He just bought.
Or he got animals on that shit. You better sell that shit or something. Try to get some type
That's
of bread.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta do something, bro. But if you waiting for the power up on a 16 where you could just get the quick 10, pay off the 8, but I don't know what pay off the 8, get the 2. Or maybe you might have some other tax, I know you got child support and some other shit. So, maybe try to get to 11 so you can have 3 to play with. Maybe you have to use that one, maybe $500,000 to $1 million to pay off the child support and the rest of the shit you got. Okay, that'll leave you with $2 million left. Then you just go work your $2 million. But you're going to have to cut back, my nigga. You have to cut back. You're going to have to cut back.
It ain't gonna
But niggas ain't trying to do that.
He ain't going to do that.
That's what I'm saying. The roller coaster.
Yeah, but that Steve Stoute interview was good though. Yeah, check that out. I like to see a lot of our former execs and businessmen age well, and I'm not just talking about in terms of just the money, just being healthy. Steve Stoute. Every time I see him, he just look like he's in a good space. Like he's always remained consistent. I can say throughout his career. You get what I'm saying? Yeah,
business wise, yeah. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Steve Stoute just because I fuck with Nas. Nas is one of my favorite rappers, and he
they not cool no more.
And it might be cool now, but when Nas was going through a cold spell, he was his manager, and he left that nigga, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And he left that nigga because I remember Dame was talking about how he was in it, and I think he was talking shit about Nas, or he left Nas. He was talking shit about LL Cool J, I mean, and then 50 Cent hate this nigga. 50 hates this nigga. You remember the picture when it was in the Knick game? 50 don't really rock.
I mean, but I seen 50 piece it up with Fat Joe, so anything is possible.
Nah, I think he has respect.
And I never saw it, and I never thought I'd see that shit happen.
But here's the thing. He probably got respect for Fat Joe. He probably has no respect for
most of the time when street dudes got beef, it don't really be, in my opinion, I don't really feel like it really be about the niggas, just the position of power.
Yeah, but
it's a certain respect level there. Be like, okay, yeah, we just fighting for pole position type shit.
I don't think it's fighting for pole position.
I'm talking about with Fat Joe and 50.
Oh, Fat Joe and 50. I think that was.
And then there was a lot of conflict of interest within that too.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying. But who didn't 50 beef with?
But I think, the guys like those guys he respects, like Cameron. He respects certain guys.
That shit was always funny.
Yeah, that shit was.
I'll never forget that radio interview.
No, I remember when Curtis first came out on. I remember we would watch that shit in computer class back when I was in high school. That was a beef, bro. That shit was funny. Funeral music. 50 was a funny nigga now because on funeral music,
very petty, bro.
Jimmy's the boss.
Very petty. Him and Cameron are the two niggas who willing to take that shit
Next thing you know, Jim Jones on Rap City with motherfucking 50 Cent, dog.
That was a moment.
Hey,
right there.
boy, I remember when I seen that shit. We were coming back to school like, bro, y'all watch Rap City? I was like, yeah. He's like, you see Jim Jones on that shit with 50 Cent? I was like, yeah, I thought the boy would beef it. That was some funny shit, man. Hip hop was
Hip hop was at a funny.
Yeah, that
Funny was at a hip hop was at a funny transitional stage around 05 to 07.
yeah. That was about to say
That 05 to 07 window, it was a kind of crazy transition, bruh, in hip hop for real.
Mm-hmm.
You had the whole hip hop is dead shit from Nas. Then you had Soulja Boy, he was on the rise. Kanye, he was in the midst of doing his thing.
Wayne.
You know what I'm saying? Wayne was doing this thing. That it was kind of like a transition to the South, kind of like really, really taking over as far as that. T.I., he was doing this thing. But it was still great, though.
Yeah.
It was still great. Sometimes I sit in my room and I think about them afternoons, like at the drumline practice, like, you know, going home, downloading certain mixtapes. So just, you know, hearing and reading about certain shit going on within hip hop. Just to think that shit was almost 20 years ago, my nigga.
Yeah.
07 was 17 years ago now?
17 years ago, yeah.
That shit is insane, bro. But these niggas really had beef for real. Max B, he was doing his thing.
Yeah, and people, this was like the beginning of the World Star Hip Hop, and I remember when World Star Hip Hop like first was popping off, bro. Like that's how crazy, that's how long.
That'd be almost 20 years.
You know what I'm saying? They don't even have World Star no more. I think they still got it, but I mean,
it's not really embedded in the culture like how it used to be, bro. Like nigga used to run there for like daily news type shit.
What, dog?
I don't remember the last time a nigga be like, oh yeah, you seen that shit on World Star? I ain't heard a nigga say that since what, 2016, 17-ish maybe?
Yeah, probably 2016. I think the last time I've been on World
Is that shit still up?
It's still up, bro. It's still up. World Star still. I remember that was like a thing, like, bro. I remember like all Gucci Man videos, Waka Flocka videos, bro. It was on World Star, and I don't know if you remember Jordan Tower films, Jordan JT films.
They used to have the World Star honeys on there.
Yeah, Yep. That was classic. That was dog, and some of the craziest random videos. Like you said, when the beef shit was popping off, everybody's diss beef. They would send that shit to World Star. They would send it to Smack. And then Cocaine City. That was French Montana shit. That shit was pumping. That was actually a really.
And they used to have sneaker release fight videos on World Star.
Yeah, I remember them shit.
Like when niggas used to be camping out for sneakers and shit. That shit was on there. Because
I remember when the Concord shit happened in Houston. I think it was either a shooting or a fighting or some shit.
Man, the next year when the Breads came out, 2012, there was fights.
Man, and that was a while back too. That was an era. That was a space and time too. From 2010 to 2013, that was a space and time too. Like you could kind of. You can track all that, even whether through it be music, sneakers, just regular culture. You can track that. If you're from in our age, you can track that, bro. You can remember what music. I remember MMG Self Made Volume 1. Like that's what the fuck I was playing, and this what I was wearing when I was listening to that, and that's the thing with just just not to get off a tangent, but just how.
No, I feel you. But hopefully. I don't want to see no more of our people we going head to head, man. But I feel like that'll always be a thing. But that Steve Stoute story that he said about Dame was hilarious, bro. All for the 30K, man. They ain't gonna speak out on that shit though. I'm pretty sure we gonna hear about that shit.
Definitely, and then he's gonna say.
Well, he's such a fucking liar.
He's like one of the dudes. He's so funny because Dame is like the proper asshole. Like. He's just like
he really is.
He's the proper asshole.
He really is. He really is. So we had some big event happen this week. Sean P. Diddy Combs arrested by the feds in New York City. Got indicted for charges for sex trafficking and what else? I haven't read this full indictment, by the way.
It was like sex trafficking, arson.
Yes, arson.
Man, it was something else too. It's a laundry list of charges.
Let me see. I should already had this pulled up. My apologies, y'all. My apologies. Yep, here we go. Sean Diddy Combs arrested, charged with sex trafficking, and ordered held without bail. Sean Diddy Combs was ordered held without bail Tuesday after he was charged with sex trafficking, racketeering, conspiracy, transportation to engage in prostitution. Combs pleaded not guilty to the charges in federal court. U.S. Judge Robin Ternowski ordered Combs held after hearing for prosecutors and Combs' legal team late Tuesday afternoon. Mark Affiliano, an attorney for Combs, appealed the decision Wednesday and lost. Prosecutors sought detention for Combs, arguing that he poses an ongoing and significant danger to the community, has repeatedly engaged in obstructive conduct, and presents a serious risk of flight, while his lawyers asked that he be released on bond. U.S. Attorney Damian Williams of the Southern District of New York said during a news conference that there were multiple victims in the case, but he didn't provide a specific number and urged others to come forward to authorities. Combs is accused of assaulting women on numerous occasions starting in 2009 and continuing for years, according to the indictment. The indictment alleges that between at least 2008 and present, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. Williams told reporters Tuesday, as alleged in the indictment to carry out this conduct, Sean Combs later participated in a racketeering conspiracy that used the business empire and control to carry out criminal activity. It's a lot of this. I haven't read everything that's in the indictment. The indictment refers to the incident that we saw on camera with Cassie in 2016. According to the indictment, Combs attempted to bribe a hotel security staff member who intervened in the incident to keep them quiet. Yep, this shit is long as hell, y'all. So of course I'm not gonna read through it. It probably is some crazy shit in there. It's 14 pages. It's definitely 14 pages. I'm just looking at it right now. This shit is a lot. I'll read one of the excerpts. The defendant engaged a persistent and persuasive pattern of abuse towards women and other individuals. The abuse was at times verbal, emotional, physical, and sexual. A part of the pattern, Combs manipulated women to participate in highly orchestrated performances of sexual activity with male commercial sex workers. At times, Combs and others acting in his direction made arrangements for women and commercial sex workers to fly to Combs' location. Combs assured participation from the women by, amongst other things, obtaining and distributing narcotics to them, controlling their careers, leveraging his financial support, and threatening to cut off the same, and using intimidation and violence. None of this sounds surprising, especially, I mean, for me, after the Cassie video, anything is open. How am I not to believe some of these things after what I seen on video? And that was 2016. You get what I'm saying? Ain't no telling what the fuck you done been doing then. And then also that shit that I sent in the group yesterday, I'm going to play this real quick. Because that was, I don't even remember hearing this, but this is Diddy in 02 talking about his freakouts with Conan O'Brien.
We need alcohols. Right. Alcohols. Right. Not just one alcohol. Alcohols. Right. Just different blend. You need the ladies. You need the booze. You need some water. For watering plants? No. I don't know if guys have noticed this. Like a lot of ladies drink water at parties. They just, so you have. If you don't have what they need, they're gonna leave. Right. Got to keep them there. Right. You need locks on the doors. Okay, this is sounding kind of dangerous now. It's a little kinky, but rock with me. But just check it out. You need a lot of heat. A lot of heat. Yeah. Heat. You mean that physically the place has to be hot? You don't have no air conditioning. No air conditioning. No. Why is that? Heat affects the alcohol, and it also affects everybody gets a little bit more comfortable and loose. Builds up a nice little sweat. That just sounds disgusting. What are you talking? Depends on the way you look at it. People start getting it gets kind of sexy. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, you sexy.
Nigga said it gets kind of sexy.
And nigga said no air conditioning, heat. This nigga's a monster, bro. Like nigga telling them what they doing in plain sight. You gotta think this 02. A lot of these niggas thought this shit was gonna ride out fast. You ever notice a lot of these niggas who getting bent up really be like post 50? Think about Kels. Think about Diddy. Think about Cosby. A lot of these niggas be getting. That's around the time. Again, I said this before. This is around the time where you supposed to be chilling for real. You post 50. You ain't supposed to be dealing with no shit like this. You supposed to be riding off into the sunset.
Supposed to be
you know, you got kids in their 20s who possibly got kids. You know, you in your granddaddy phase. You get what I'm saying? So these niggas was telling niggas what they was doing in plain sight, bruh. I'm interested to see how this plays out, because I didn't speak about it because I was gonna give us a time, but it hit at the right time, it seemed like, because when they did that raid, it was nothing that came behind that. Yeah. Remember, it was quiet for months.
Yeah.
After that raid. That raid was done like what? March?
Yeah, like
March, April, somewhere around there. It definitely had to be before the Kendrick and Drake beat popped off, because I remember when that shit happened. I think he's cooked. For him not to get denied bond twice, that says a lot. I know a lot of people are so hung up on having 1,000 bottles of baby oil is not a crime and shit like that. But like I said, that Cassie video, who's to know what's to come from this indictment, bro? If you forcing people to do sexual acts and all this other shit, if there's sex trafficking involved in this shit, he needs to be held accountable to the full extent of the law, bro. That's just what it is. Yeah. Nobody is above that.
I mean, they talking about the baby oil, but you got to think what's behind the baby oil. It's not just 1,000 baby oil. It's what the baby oil is being used for. What type of environment does a nigga need all this baby oil for? Probably, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that, like you said, ordering baby oil is a crime, but it's like, okay, what's behind all this shit? You know what I'm saying? And for Diddy to get denied bond twice, I mean, that just shows that, they're not playing with that nigga. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to, the prosecutor this gonna make them. You know what I'm saying? I was the prosecutor that prosecuted Sean Puffy Combs and took his empire down. You know what I'm saying? Niggas, it could get political now, but it got put, on some other shit. But at its core, it is you being a nasty nigga, and taking advantage of people and doing this shit and then all these things just keep coming out. But I'm more interested on the domino effect of who else gets brought out, what else gets brought to the table, because if you claiming you not guilty, my nigga, you gonna take the stand. And so with you taking a stand, there's going to be probably certain scenarios and situations where you might have to name somebody who was with you. And I'm pretty sure there's probably going to be a bunch of witnesses, and and they going to start
saying, remember, since we've been kids, we always used to hear the thing about Diddy's parties. Yeah. Diddy party was the place to be at. Diddy always threw crazy parties.
The all-white party in the Hamptons.
Parties, all that type shit. But to know what was going on, you get what I'm saying? Like, but a lot of people thought they was untouchable due to their status. Like, Diddy is one of them niggas who think he got a God complex. Yep. I'm untouchable. Ain't nobody can fuck with me type shit. You get what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm going to read more in this indictment, but, dog, like, this shit is not looking good at all. But like I said, that Cassie video does a lot for me. Because if you was willing to do that to a woman that you was in a relationship with, what are you willing to do to women who you weren't with? Yeah. You just saw it as just an object or somebody who was just a fling. Even with dudes. You get what I'm saying? Like, how you probably treated them. You setting niggas' cars on fire and shit.
Dog, it's probably so, but...
I'm surprised that his attorney thought that he was going to get bail.
And his attorney was fighting hard, too. They was trying to give up the crib, the passports, everything.
Talking about, if he's going to get an invitation from, his child's mothers and stuff like that, they was like, nah. Because they felt like he would be, intimidating the possible witnesses or, bribe them and shit like
he's
that.
Done that. But he has a history of doing that.
Obviously, because the video got released 8 years later. Yeah. So... it's just been a snowball. It's been a snowball effect ever since October, man. Ever since October.
Yeah, ever since when Cassie first, dropped that lawsuit down. It's just been a snowball, man.
And of course, there's been other things around it, saying that Diageo is behind what he's going through. I'll say this, bro. It's not me knowing somebody who's close to the situation, it's not far fetched at all, and it does hold a lot of validity. Diddy is just not innocent, but him suing that company is valid.
I'm pretty sure
It's valid that he's dealing with the shit that he dealing with because he did that said act.
I'm pretty sure that is, but you
gotta
like
hold
you said,
yourself accountable.
You gotta hold
first.
yourself accountable, and
But you're stupid because if you know that these people know your background,
why would you do that?
Why would you even put yourself in a position to where they hold the key to ultimately your freedom?
They know about.
So not only are you out here wilding, you getting with these people who are so apparently protecting you.
Mm-hmm.
Now your protection going, oh, we racist now. Okay, cool. We got something for you, nigga. And that's basically how this shit played out. Again, This does not mean Diddy is innocent in any such way, but how stupid could you be to be out here moving like that? Then on top of that, oh, you want to sue us? Oh, we racist now. Okay. Basically, you sold your soul, and now you acting like you ain't sold your soul. So now they got to remind you, like, nigga, you sold your soul. Yeah. So now we going to show you what time it is.
Yeah, and because, that Ciroc deal, I think that's the same people who do with Ciroc.
Something like that.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, that shot him, that catapulted.
And I remember when he sued he sued them. I remember that whole shit when that whole shit went down. And ever since October of last year, the shit just been a snowball effect, bro.
They probably feel
he might be done for real.
I think he is. And they probably feel like, yeah, you sign with us. When you sign with us, my nigga, yeah,
we run this.
We run this. You know what I'm saying?
That's basically what they said. Like, we run this.
Yeah, and you go out here and try to say that we're all right. We got something, nigga. We know about you. You know
that's basically what it is.
We know about you and shit. We about to put all that shit in and put all that shit in motion. And that doesn't shock me because at the end of the day, bruh, you playing with these people. You
and you got dirt.
Yeah, you got.
And you a monster yourself.
You're a monster. You're playing with these people. These people know about your habits. They know about what you do. They know about your movements.
And they probably was protecting you all this time.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm pretty sure there's, like you said, like, there's a bunch of shit that we probably don't know that probably, might not never come out. But all this shit do is just open the door for everything else. And like I said, my interest is who was around this. Because I know niggas saw shit. And, people are making the... People are trying to do the thing where, a lot of people are stepping down from their positions and jobs with all this shit going on. I really can't say if that's a direct correlation. Now, Kevin Liles situation, I don't know. Because he was close. I know him and Diddy was close. I know he was around Diddy. I've seen a lot of pictures with him, Diddy. I seen him talking about Diddy. And this was going back to the 90s. So... who knows? You know what I'm saying? I'm only saying Kevin Liles because that's who I seen. There are other people, other companies, I don't know. They might have been participants at his freak offs and parties as well. I don't know.
It's the difference between having a freak off and everybody being
consent and you having a fucking
exactly. Do what you do, whatever the case you do. It's the difference between you start forcing people doing things that they don't want to do. Mm-hmm. Like even when he was describing the setting, like, bro, who the fuck gonna be in their right mind when it's heat? No air conditioning,
liquor,
alcohol, like
that's really that's some predatory shit.
It is predatory shit
because like when everybody knows when you drinking and it's hot, your body gets tired, bro.
Yes.
Yes. What are you trying to do?
The human body is not functioning properly
when you're hot and you're drunk. But everybody knows that when you get hot and you get drunk, your body gets
people
tired.
Can take advantage of you.
No, he's sinister.
Very sinister.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
That whole love rollout, cap.
Nasty
work.
We should have known then. We should have known when a nigga gotta switch his alias and identity 10 times. He on some other shit.
You know what's so crazy though, because niggas really feel like when they in their 20s, their 30s, their 40s, like, man, like I've been doing this shit for 20, 30 years. Ain't shit gonna happen to me. Mm-hmm. Now look at you. You 56 years old, 57 years old. Whatever the case may be, and now you going to have to sit your ass down probably for 20, 30 years. Hell's got 30 years.
You got to realize, bro, before all this shit happened, this nigga got the key to the city. Like,
yes.
He was such on a high praise, like, the Love album was doing good.
But you know what, for me, even me as a fan of music, I never really rock with... excuse me, y'all. I never really rock with Diddy as, like, he wouldn't be somebody that I would rub shoulders with if I was in the industry. That's how I always looked at him.
Yeah.
He always had a great ear for music, but just something always threw me off about him. Like, we saw him on Making the Band.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, we saw him on Making the Band shows.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't rub my shoulders with somebody like him. I couldn't do it.
No.
Regardless of the people who may know him, at his core, he's a I don't know that. I only know what the fuck I see. And what I see is a nigga who exerted his power in disrespectful ways. You get what I'm saying? Like, you always heard about bad contracts.
Yeah.
With this dude. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is when it came to Diddy. It would never be somebody that I damn sure ain't going to none of his parties.
Fuck.
That's a dub.
Man,
I'm cool on that.
I think one of the wildest shits I heard about his shit. Now, this isn't criminal but it's just, I guess it's just industry. It was this dude who was it was a white dude. I don't know if the interview is still out here or not, but it was this white dude who was a DJ, and he was DJing a Diddy party, and he brought his homeboy with him, which is a comedian, and he was telling the story. And he was telling the story about, like, basically how Diddy was describing it. High and
wow,
he was describing this shit because this was a party on Star Island in Miami, and he said he was just walking around. He didn't know where he was going at. He was just walking around. He just walked in the rooms. So then he walked in the one room, and it was that same kind of setting. And he said it was dudes in there, and they were like on Diddy's shoulders and feeding him grapes and shit like that. And he was like, he was shocked. He was like, oh shit. And then the security guy like rushed him out. Dog, I gotta find this shit on YouTube, bro, and I'll send it to you, bro.
Like, and that always be the question that we never really got confirmation on, is if it was dudes. Here's my thing, like you said, Marcus, knock yourself the fuck out. I don't care, dudes, women, whatever, however you get down. I don't care about your sexual orientation. The problem comes in where you are forcing people to do certain things. You get what I'm saying? Some people may have consented. Some definitely have not, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm not to believe that everybody was consenting these freak-offs.
No.
Some people were probably drugged. There may be possible rapes within all of this. But that setting is just, nah, bro. Nah.
This is prime setup for you to go take advantage of somebody. If that's what you wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy, man, how somebody could be this, people have been enabling him for this long, bro.
That money and power is a lot, man, and I don't get that shit, bro.
They've been letting that shit skate for so long.
He provided a lifestyle for a lot of these people, too, that be quiet. It's just no different than R. Kelly shit. He provided a certain lifestyle for a lot of people, so they remain quiet. They was never going to check that person. The person who's a cash cow, 9 times out of 10 is not going to get checked for their faulty behaviors because, shit, my bills still got to get paid.
Yeah.
If I approach him about this, like, damn, like, he might not fuck with me no more. So now my money faucet is going. Like, nah, bro, like, no.
If he's a nasty nigga, bro.
He a nasty nigga.
Call him out on that. And, you think of all the, like, past bad boy artists who probably had to go through, like, just a bunch of bullshit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Audrey, Day. Aubrey O'Day. She's been talking about shit like this. Dawn Richardson just put out
I did see that.
She just put
out. The only thing that kind of not bothers me, but I'm still confused on why Dawn would still do that Love album with him.
Yeah, that is because that Love album just came out last year.
That album just came out last year. So I'm not to say none of her accounts are not valid, but it doesn't make sense for me why would Dawn still, Aubrey damn sure ain't did one.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
And Dawn has
continued to work with him.
Yeah.
Aubrey has completely separated herself from this man. You get what I'm saying? That's the only question mark I have with Dawn in terms of her accounts. Not saying that they're probably not valid.
Yeah.
It's the fact that she would still do an album with that man. You get what I'm saying? But hopefully she gets justice if she was done wrong for sure. That was just questioning to me.
Yeah.
Just read it some more within in this. Enabling Combs and other members and associates of the Combs enterprise engaged in unlawful acts of violence, including sexual violence, sex trafficking, forced labor, interstate transportation for purposes of prostitution, coercion and enticement to engage in prostitution, narcotics distribution. That's another thing. Like when you start mixing the alcohol with the drugs and all that other shit, like
this is being done for a purpose. This is moving from somewhere from being a good time to being a very dark time. You know what I'm saying? What you trying to pull off with those type of ingredients. You know what I'm saying?
it's nasty, bro. It's nasty.
And then, I seen Shine talking about it.
Speak out.
Talk about it too. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so many people that have been affected by this nigga, bruh. Like in so many different ways, people, going to jail and, people dying and, just a bunch of shit that's Puff just been involved in a lot of fuck shit. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you got to think, Sean took 10 years for him.
Yeah.
And even with that whole situation, they had separate lawyers. Why would you have separate lawyers in that case? If y'all supposed to be
a team.
Y'all supposed to be a team, and that shit always, that man did 10 years. I think he was locked up when his debut came out. No, he was about to go to trial when his debut came out. And then think about it. We probably would have got more good albums from Sean. I mean, we got one while he's locked up, but it didn't provide the same impact. You get what I'm saying?
Bruh. I like that album more than the first album.
I don't know about that one, though.
Bro, that second album, Godfather Buried Alive is fire, bro.
But Sean really did 10 years. And now look what he had in his life. That nigga 10 years came home. Now he the representative of his home country, Belize. Like, now look at Diddy.
Yeah, nigga turned.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you cannot skate. Some people skate forever. Some of y'all motherfuckers, it will catch up to you. And it's going to catch up to you when you're supposed to be chilling in your late 50s. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? A lot of motherfuckers think they can skate forever. No, you got to be held accountable.
You seen that video when when they arrested him? He was walking in
walking right, yeah,
in the hotel, like boom, on the two niggas and two white dudes in a coat.
I don't know, man. That shit just wild. It's gonna be more shit to come out, more people to speak out. Like it's like the chick is coming home to roost, man. Like Malcolm said.
It's just crazy because these are all of the people who we grew up watching, grew up seeing, and people are very obsessed with trying to.
You seen the dude outside the courthouse who's wearing the Diddy shirt with no sleeves?
Hey,
Boondocks episode.
That's what I'm saying, boy. Only in New York, man. Only in America, man. This nigga got a Diddy. I seen that nigga had the fucking cut off shirt with he had Diddy smell across his chest.
Why you think Kevin Liles would want to step down though?
He probably was in that shit too, bro. He probably participated.
But stepping down does what though? What does that do?
I think maybe it just doesn't. First, it doesn't maybe put shame on the company.
Okay,
know what I'm saying from that instance, maybe some legal.
And Meek Mill is a funny nigga, by the way. He really be funny, but I think he be serious when he actually, because he's like, "What? All these CEOs stepping down, niggas all of his comments like this nigga, nigga, you should know. Nigga.
You're about to say you should know. Hey man, Meek don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. Meek probably don't know.
Meek honestly don't know. Y'all think Meek be trolling? Meek be dead ass when he be asking certain questions, bro. And so I don't think Meek is a dumb nigga. It's just the way he words certain shit. Yeah. Hey, I fuck with you, Meek, man. But some of his questions, he really is one of the funniest niggas all time. But he be serious.
Man, God bless him. God bless him, man. I mean, yeah, he do be serious, but it's just like, bro. Sometimes this shit just be like, bro, how you don't know that? Some of the questions is like, how you don't know that? You know what I'm saying? How don't you not know that? And some of them shit he's been saying is real valid. Like, that is a valid question. Why are the CEOs stepping down? That is a valid question. But like you said, it's just how niggas word they shit.
You feel like a lot of them may be guilty?
Man, it's tough to say because this is a very integral web of things. Like, we'll never get the Epstein, island list because they off the nigga before they could get it. Who's to say Diddy don't make it to trial? And who's this? I mean, but I think if Diddy make it to trial, somebody gonna have to get thrown under the bus in this situation, bro.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna get thrown under the bus. I don't know who. But if he make it to trial, somebody gonna get thrown under the bus, and once they get thrown under the bus, you know how that shit go, bruh. It's just gonna be a constant. It's the
snowball effect.
It's a snowball effect. It's downhill from there. But I think if he makes it to trial, because we've seen stranger things. This nigga could fuck around and not make it to trial. But if he make it to trial, we gonna see some.
God didn't intend to give you niggas talent and opportunity for you to just squander it away because of your fucking, your sick behaviors. You get what I'm saying? I always say God, I don't always say, but, I always feel like God gives you talent and opportunity, but he can't give you the wins. Mm-mm. And he ain't gonna give you the losses. I think the wins and losses is on you. Or it just depends on the situation. But God definitely gives you the talent. And if you take your talent and you make it your whole makeup as far as I can do whatever I want, that's when you start having problems.
But that's with just being a good human, like lacking decency.
Yes.
But that's all about your morals, your values, how you were brought up. And these Diddy moves are not just like these are learned behaviors. These are patterns.
Correct. These are patterns.
Somebody had, somebody showed him this. And he took that and he,
Or he could have just always been this way. That's a part. Some of these niggas just be born monsters.
That is true.
I'm not saying you can't get in the industry and you change. You get this sort of, again, this God complex about yourself. I'm untouchable. Mm. But sometimes these could be these niggas at their core. It could be.
Yeah, this could, psychopaths come in all shapes and sizes. So
Correct.
You never know. He could really just be like that. But I still think even with him being like that, there's something that happened to him to trigger that was already inside. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't believe, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if a nigga a serial killer, he gonna show signs of it. He might show signs of it early. Like, he might be the ones that kill the dolls and all this shit. Or he might have been somebody who was abused. And then
correct,
that triggers whatever.
Mm-hmm. I think with Diddy though, he just was doing shit for so long. He's been like, man, nobody fucking with me, bro.
He got comfortable.
Exactly. He got just like Kells. Kells was abused. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. But at the same time too, he got comfortable with the shit that he was doing.
But just because you abuse, like I said, the decency. Just because you abuse somebody, don't mean just because you got abused, don't mean you got to go out and abuse other people. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
I know people like to come with the motto of hurt people, but to me, I really don't believe in that.
You don't? I believe in that.
I believe
hurt people do hurt people. I'm not saying it's okay, but hurt people definitely hurt people.
I mean, hurt people to me,
in all levels.
Okay,
rather be emotional, physical, all that shit. Yeah, definitely. Some people who have been abused have not abused people though.
Yeah,
but that the saying hurt people. Yeah, that's real.
Okay, I will say on a basic, I'll give you that on a basic, hurt people. But I still feel like even within the hurting, it's still, compassion has to be set aside or, to that extent. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, if I was never taught to learn how to, like, love somebody and then I try to go and love somebody and I fuck up, But you also got to look at yourself.
Or if you had a bad relationship and you take that and you put it on the next person who's good.
Yeah, but within,
you transfer that shit to the next person. That's not right.
That's what I'm saying. So as a hurt person, you got to look at yourself and be like,
a lot of them don't put the work in, Marcus.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I mean when I mean by hurt.
I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to look at yourself sometimes. You know what I'm saying? From the basics.
Go to therapy.
Yeah, from the basics. Yeah, I can understand what you're saying. But like, once you have endured that hurt, you cannot keep passing that hurt along. Because it just, all it does is just, if you recognize that you have a behavior pattern and there's something that's wrong with you and you can track it to your past, you need to go and fix that before you go move on to your other relationship or your other, whatever the case may be. You need to go and get that squared away and figure it out first. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, I do understand that hurt people do hurt people, especially if you was hurt young. You might not see things, but once you see something, you need to react on it.
Correct.
Because that's not fair to put that other person that who's trying to give you their all.
Put that through the next person.
Put them in the ringer. It's not fair to do that.
Correct. Definitely not. Like I said, it's definitely gonna be more to come behind this. I'm interested to see how this shit plays out because it's gonna be I think we're gonna start, give it till about October, November. It's gonna be more shocking shit to come out.
And I wonder how long is it gonna, How long they gonna wait for his trial to start? Because
you know how these shits
that's
go.
what I'm saying, bro. It might
This shit might not start till February, January. You never know. Maybe
I'm
longer.
So,
but his ass gonna be sitting down in there though.
But how long does it take for Because Diddy is not built for jail, bro.
No,
Diddy is not a nigga. He's not somebody who came through the system. He is not built for jail, bro. He is so eventually he's going to crack because I don't think,
you think so.
Yeah, because they're not going to budge on him getting out. He's too much of a flight risk. He's tampering with witnesses.
Could be tampering witnesses.
They're not going to let that nigga out. So it's either going to be a thing of, well, just my way of thinking is, nigga been sitting in there. Eventually they're going to probably propose him with something. As far as shit, they might not even plea deal the nigga. They might just be like, you know what? Prosecution might just want to really cook his ass. So it might not even be nothing he could do. He might could give everybody up all he want. Bill take them, but we're still gonna cook you. So I don't know. He might just be like you said earlier in the beginning, bro. All around shit, he might just be fried, my nigga. So, Diddy what 54 or some shit?
54.
Shit, nigga. These might really be your last days as a free man.
Correct.
In life.
Correct.
Because I don't think they're going to sit you with the 20-year. I think they're going to really try to give you they're going to try to hang your shit up in the rafters. I think they're going to try to hang them up in the rafters, dog.
Jersey numbers.
They're going to try to they're going to try to retire you, my nigga. Like, for real.
Yeah, when they say he really is like a menace to society, bro.
Bro, anything over 20.
Oh yeah, you can hang that up.
You can hang that shit up, bro. Because you'll
be like what 70, 74?
74, 75.
Tapping into the 80s. And again, you're not supposed to be going out like that in your life. You're supposed to be riding off into the sunset. But no, you couldn't keep your your hands to yourself. Verbal abuse, the physical abuse. Like I said, all I need to see was the Cassie video.
Yeah.
So now I'm of the mindset to believe everything that comes out based off that video. Even if I don't have video proof, I have this on tape of you abusing a woman that you so-called love. Ain't no telling how you treat just a random. Ain't no telling.
That video showed us that you capable of anything.
Anything, bro. Capable of anything, bro. That shit is really insane. So we got some more sad news, man. This shit really bothered me, bro. Nelly's getting sued by the St. Lunatics, man, over country grammar. Nelly has been hit with a copyright infringement lawsuit alleging that he never properly credited St. Lunatics group mates for their contribution to his debut album, Country Grammar. According to the documents obtained by Variety, St. Lunatic members Ali, Toy Hopper, Murphy Lee, Robert Kiwan, and Lavelle Webb, City Spud, claim that Nelly repeatedly vowed to credit and compensate the group for their work, a promise that never materialized. The St. Lunatics alleged that after Nelly and the group signed separate record deals with Universal Music Group, the members assisted Nelly in the creation of 8 songs on Country Grammar, which they never received compensation for. That's crazy. That shit came out 24 years ago.
And they also said that one of the dudes who worked on Ride With Me.
Yes, I'm about to read that right now. In 2020, Willie Woods Jr. filed a lawsuit regarding unpaid royalties for his contributions to Nelly's 2000 single Ride With Me, which peaked at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, his highest charted single at the time of its release.
Yeah, you gotta pay, bruh. That was I don't know what he did on the record, but yeah, whatever he did, you need to pay.
Shit, Ride With Me rolls higher than Country Grammar.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta pay that nigga, man. But to speak on the situation with the St. Lunatics,
man. It's sad. I don't like to see that.
That is crazy. That for one, this just came out in 2024. I don't know.
That album came out 2000. I remember like it was yesterday. I remember when Country Grammar first hit TRL when it hit 106. No, it didn't hit 106 because 106 wasn't out yet. 106 came out. Did it come out like August 2000 or something like that? Or 2001, somewhere around there?
I want to say,
I had to look at the debut. I want to say
2000 because Bow Wow was in 2000, wasn't he?
I'm not sure, bro.
I can always align 106 and Park and Bow Wow career. So there had to have been either 2000 or 2001. I want to say 2000. If I had to make a guess.
I'm about to look at, September 11, 2000.
Okay, yeah.
That was the first episode. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they came out September 2000. So Country Grammar came out April. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I'm looking at this shit like, but this album came out 2000. Now we dealing with this shit 24 years later. Off the heels of Nelly just having a baby by Ashanti. Congratulations to them too, by the way. Mm-hmm. But that shit's sad, man. Oh, man. That shit bring back so much memories, bruh. Seeing them niggas do the Air Force One video. But I hope that shit get worked out, man. But Keywan been had gripes with Nelly for years now.
They been going
he
back
been ain't fucking with dog.
Mm-hmm. And I always seen Murphy Lee be political.
Yeah, I always see Murphy Lee ain't really been had no gripes. He kind of just been like, chill.
Yeah, because he always been like, man, they brothers and stuff like that. So I really, for it to kind of go all the way here, I know City Spud was they partner that was locked up. So I really don't know what credit he gonna get for that because bro was locked up when that album was out. So I don't know what. Maybe he might have did some songs before he went in the can. I don't know, but I mean, if them your guys and they worked on that shit with you now, this is a collective effort, because on some real shit, you're the first artist to come out of St. Louis. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure it was a thing.
Kick the door down.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's a thing for, we need to work on this album to make sure this is the proper representation and the best, we can show that our city got. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So, for Nelly, man, if I'm pretty sure that's what happened, you gotta, show love to your people, man. Pay get the people the royalties, bro. I don't know how to, royalties get divvied up or who gets what, but I mean
that should have been set in stone from the beginning.
You know what I'm saying? If you worked on this album, you my dog,
whether we should be getting royalty checks.
Yeah, whether we
I don't care if I owe somebody $1 or $50K. Yeah. Give them their $1, give them their $50K.
Everybody
give them their credit. Like that should have been set in stone from the beginning. Mm-hmm. That album did crazy numbers.
And then that album
crazy.
Diamond?
I don't think it went diamond. I have to look it up. But the album is you can't tell a story of hip hop without at least covering that part.
And the thing,
once you start crossing on the 2000s, you got to address Nelly kicking down the door with Country Grammar.
And the thing with that album is so big. That album was so big,
major.
And so the I already know
constantly on the radio getting played.
And I'm pretty sure that's songs get sampled off that album. So I know it's a good chunk of change for that royalty. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a good chunk of change for the royalty. So they got.
Here we go. So according to the outlet, Nelly's legal representatives are likely to argue that the suit falls under copyright ownership and not infringement, thus voiding the group's claims of compensation. Released in 2000, Country Grammar peaked at #1 on the Billboard 200 for 5 consecutive weeks and has been certified diamond by the RIA for shipment of 10 million copies in the U.S. Nelly and his legal team have yet to release a statement regarding the St. Lunatics pending lawsuit. This is sad, man.
So what did he mean by the copyright infringement and copyright?
So I'm not really versed on that. So what I'm assuming is they don't have no rights to sue for copyright infringement because basically Nelly owns that shit.
Oh, wow. Okay. So he owns.
So representatives are likely to argue that the suit falls under copyright ownership and not infringement.
Okay, bet. Okay. All right. So. All right.
So meaning that they would have already had something in writing that states that, yeah, we have this and he's been doing faulty shit with it. Yeah. That's copyright infringement.
Yeah.
Their legals, based off what I'm reading here, Nelly's legal team is saying, nah, this is ownership. Like, I own this.
Yeah.
Y'all don't have no credit on this shit. Now, that's where you get into the moral standpoint of it. Yeah. Like, damn, bro, the paperwork states that we don't have no type of ownership on this fucking album. Like, you 100% own it. We don't get no type of credit for this shit. That's when you have the moral conversation.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, man, Nelly is Nelly. Nelly can tour, make his money. Nelly, even if you took Country Grammar away from him, Nelly still got a plethora of hits, a plethora of different streams of making money. Like,
here's a nugget right here. Yeah. Per Billboard, the St. Lunatics decision to file a copyright infringement lawsuit as opposed to a copyright ownership suit is due to the latter having a statute of limitations of 3 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's interesting, man.
I mean, if them your guys.
So according, Nelly allegedly lied to the group about giving them credit and paying them royalties for 8 tracks on his debut album. That's why I brought up the moral shit. Because a lot, you got to think, we always hear these stories about, especially in rap, because rap definitely was a baby then. Yeah. Niggas wasn't reading their contracts, bro. Nah. They was just trying to get out the hood, get their paper. Them niggas wasn't really deep diving into how this shit can affect me 10 to 15 years later. Like, it bothered me to see even John B, when he was on Bud and Pod last year, talking about his debut. Like, him and Babyface got some back and forth because of that. Not his debut, his second album.
Yeah.
The one.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You know, they gotta handle that.
Yeah.
John B said he don't own that album.
Damn.
So John B don't own that album, bro. No, he don't. He does not own that album, and him and Babyface still got to work that out. And Babyface was kind of taken aback, like that kind of bothered him that John would talk about that shit on the pod.
Nah, he can't be bothered by that. That's that man's personal experience of with you.
That's his best selling work.
Yeah, and I can't eat off that. The only way I can eat off that is if I go and make tour.
And John say he not really hurting financially, like he's still doing shit But that's his crown jewel. John deserves that.
Yeah, and then like, bro, I don't care what nobody say. Yeah, you can go and still do tours, but at the end of the day, bro, mailbox money is always the best bet. If you can every quarter go to the mailbox, that's how these niggas live, bro. So why can't I live like that?
Here we go. This is where it gets sad, and we gotta have the real conversation. And unfortunately, after just reading this excerpt, I don't think they're gonna win this lawsuit. So the lawsuit states that the group members are asking for a minimum of $50 million. According to the suit, the members said it took 20 years for the St. Lunatic members to realize they had not been given credit or payment. The lawsuit comes 3 years after Jones and Nelly got into an argument about who's responsible for the formation of the St. Lunatics in the 90s. I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that.
So he probably said, well, let me just do some deep diving. But 24 years later, they might be cooked.
I think they're cooked, bro.
They're cooked. You're not getting $50 million out of Nelly, bro.
I don't think they're really gonna win shit. Honestly.
I don't think they're gonna win shit. If you realize 24 years later that you wasn't credited, that's where you had the moral conversation. You had the moral conversation. You had the business conversation. Moral standpoint, Nelly might be full of shit for that. If you told these niggas that they was credited on this album the whole time they wasn't, that's some bullshit. Yeah. But legally, Nelly may be in the clear, and it's unfortunate, but. That's what I'm saying. You got the moral side and you got the business side. If Nelly promised his niggas that they was credited on this album and they realized 24 years later that they wasn't, Nelly, he was wrong for that on a moral standpoint. From a business standpoint, they have no case.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate because, again, it's another group that we revered. You get what I'm saying?
But the thing with...
Your water probably on the other side, bro.
But the thing with that is, it's like, it's moral... The way the moral and the business tie in with this shit is because morally, if you say you do this and you're supposed to be my friend and you're supposed to be my dog, I'm trusting and believing.
I'm trusting and believing.
So I'm not checking because I'm trusting and believing.
I understand them, but at the same time, you gotta do your due diligence, even with your niggas.
Yeah, you do.
Even with your niggas, bro. If you go sign a deal with your homeboy, let's say for example, right? You go sign a deal with your homeboy come back. Be like, yeah, man, how much the deal was for? And it's like, yeah, I can't really tell you. What you mean? Oh, then we can't continue this. It's nothing personal, but we can't continue this.
Why are you trying to keep me in the blind?
Why you can't keep me in the blind? I understand, like, this is your thing, but if I need to sign off for something, I'm receiving payment for you, but you can't tell me what your payment is. How do I know what I'm getting is fair? That's just business. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? And we can still be homeboys. I just can't do this business dealing with you.
I mean, but in some instances,
if you promise me I was credited on something, I need to see that in writing. I just can't take that for face value. But they really had love for each other back then, so they probably really trusted that nigga.
Yeah, and some things, and depending on the relationship that they have, it might be a situation to where it's like, all right, bro, on some real shit, the way I'm doing this shit, whatever I give you, you gotta fuck with it. I'm not gonna... I might not give you, an ass of money, but I ain't gonna shit on you. So whatever I got, whatever I can have left over is what I can get. It might be a situation like that. I'm thinking from their standpoint, if Nelly owns it, then legally wouldn't he be looking at those guys as like, their hired work?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? In a sense,
mm-hmm.
Because I own this, you're just working on this for me. I'm pretty sure, you know, Nelly might have gave him a one-time payment. Might have get them niggas for, you know, 3 bands, 4 bands, some, you know, how that
cars,
shit
the
go.
jewelry.
You know what I'm saying? You know how that shit go. You know what I'm saying? Cars, jewelry, and then, you know, and that was their shit right there. You know what I'm saying? So it is sad because, you know, you don't want to see people who we presume as like, oh, they tight, and you really, you know, peel the layers back and like, damn, you know, Nelly was stewing niggas.
Dog, the hip hop stars alleged that they were repeatedly assured by Nelly and his representatives that they would receive proper credit for the songs, but ultimately discovered in 2020 that Nelly had been lying to them the entire time. In 2021, they hired an attorney who sent a letter to Nelly asking him to make good on his promise to give them credit. Per the complaint, he denied their claims on authorship or joint authorship over songs and said the statute of limitations had expired. Yup.
Yeah.
That's where it gets fucked up.
Damn.
So now how they discovered this in 02, 03?
They would have had a case.
They would have had a case.
But that's,
you got to think they're
still riding with him.
Still rising. Yeah, they were still rising at the
Oh
time.
man, that's like,
you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy because
you got to think Nellyville comes out in 02.
Who on St. Lunatics side, and then
their album came out 01. They only did one album. The St. Lunatics only did one album.
But Nelly was still buzzing even by 05,
yes.
06.
05 he was still buzzing.
You know what I'm saying? So if you riding with him, you're not really checking back and
you're not checking back.
Statute of limitations and like you said, the cars, the jewelry, the things, and they also had a separate deal with Universal. So I'm assuming that one album.
Unfortunately, I don't think they get the 50 M's, bro.
Yeah, they're not getting no 50 M's. I don't think they're getting nothing, honestly.
And if they was to get 50 M's, it ain't gonna be out of Nelly pocket. I'm not pocket watching, but Nelly is not paying out of his pocket 50 million to them niggas. It's gonna come from either the record label or Universal or something like that. Yeah.
But Nelly ain't even cool with none of them niggas no more. So, well, I don't know if I don't know. I know him and Ali definitely ain't cool. Well, I'm assuming he's probably not cool with nobody since they niggas suing. But it's just crazy, man. That's crazy because they're all cool. And I don't know about anybody else, but I was a fan of that St. Lunatics album. That album, Free City, I fucked with that shit. That was my shit, you know what I'm saying, growing up. That was
fucked
my
up
shit.
That they realized that 20 years later. That's why the moral come in at. At this point, you can't take it legally. The best you could do is try to have a conversation with them. And be like, hey, bro, could you please do this? You know you wrong. But what nigga is going to be on the business side do that?
Nah,
unless he really don't. If he really be like, you know what, I don't need the bread. I was wrong for that. It would have to take Nelly to be like, you know what, I promised some niggas that they don't got it. Let me try to make right. He's not gonna do it.
He just had a kid. He's not doing none of that shit, bro. He just had a kid. I just had a child. My child gotta, you know, like he ain't doing that.
Realizing that shit 2020 is insane, bro.
I mean, but that's what happens when you have
trust. Yeah, unfortunately.
Get burned, man, and they would have never thought about that.
They don't really have a case, bro.
Cause that's the height of Nelly's career, bro.
Yes.
You're not checking back and being like, "Hey, man, did I get my writing credits for Country Grammar?"
Especially when we hitting it right back to back with Nellyville.
And then our album comes out 2001.
Yes.
And then we you know Murphy Lee got a whole album. Like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't think this shit really gonna work, bro. Because niggas is still continuing to.
Yes.
Niggas was still moving around, so it's like, how can you? I don't know, man. That's just a very tough.
Sad.
It's sad.
It's a sad story, bro.
But Nelly, if you know Nelly, knowing that you know he probably knew the statute of limitations.
100%.
He probably knew, and you know the way he's thinking. I mean, maybe Nelly probably. I don't know, bro. I don't think Nelly is. No, Nelly's a smart nigga. He knew.
You feel like he knew what he was doing.
He might.
If you constantly giving reassurance, you knew.
You had to have known.
It was never there.
Yeah.
If you was giving constant reassurance, it was never there from the jump.
Yeah.
You knew what you signed off when you had to go distribute that album.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure
you know legally who owned what.
I'm pretty sure you sat down with your lawyers and y'all was like, okay, you know what's what.
St. Lunatics ain't think about that.
Because there was in no position.
They knew you was a star, but they also trusted you. You get what I'm saying? So
you're supposed to hold it down. If that's the real case,
you're
supposed to hold it down, man. You're supposed to hold it down.
2000.
But shit, man. But Murphy had a. But I mean,
it's sad just reading that sentence, bro.
It is sad, but okay.
It's sad reading that sentence.
All right, but let me flip it over and let me see if I'm in Nelly's shoes. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So I get y'all niggas a record deal.
Okay.
Murphy Lee, I give this nigga, but Murphy Lee, I feel Murphy Lee deserves that. Murphy Lee was a good artist back then. So, you give Murphy Lee his shot. Keywan has a single on the Head of State soundtrack. I mean, not Head of State, the Enemy of the State. He had that Breathe In, Breathe Out song. I forgot what soundtrack that shit was on. But, I mean, he had a single. I don't know about Keywan. I don't know about the rest of them. I don't think they really did much. But I know Murphy and Ali at least had a shot at some.
I mean, Nelly has admitted that they wrote some songs for them. So it's not nothing he's kept a secret.
So if I'm Nelly, do you feel like, man, I done made up more than that. I done gave y'all niggas cars. I done did all this shit. I done kept niggas afloat without but I think they're getting to the point where niggas want the mailbox money. Niggas want to be able, they're getting older. People want to be able to sit down, relax, and just go to the mailbox and get a check or just
get a check.
Just, people as they get older. So, because they're looking at Nelly like, shit, Nelly don't got to tour if you don't want to tour. But shit, I got to get up and do shows.
Mm-hmm.
So they're looking at it, but but Nelly, if the shit really how they say it is, then you're supposed to look out for your people.
Facts. 100%.
Regardless of what you have done for them afterwards, y'all had an agreement and you're supposed to stick to that. Not sit there and shower these niggas. Like you said, giving constant reinsurance, showering these niggas with shit.
The Birdman package. Let me chill.
Hey, yo, this nigga, just
the shit that don't hold no value over time.
I'm just flooding you with shit just to kind of get your mind off.
That shit is this shit is sad, bro. But they realized too late, bro. They realized too late. And like I said, they not think about that shit in 02. These niggas is blazing.
You know what I'm saying?
They blazing.
They blazing, bro. Murphy, like, bro, you gotta think, bro. 03, the Bad Boys 2 come out. Speaking of Diddy, Nelly, Murphy Lee, shit gets like, bro, it's a lot going on. Nobody's really thinking about no motherfucking writing credits on this shit. Even though you promised them, they just, like you said.
And Nelly out here, he living his best life. Obviously, Nelly, he was able to venture off into other business ventures. He ain't hurting for no bread.
No,
obviously.
He's definitely not.
You get what I'm saying? Like, Nelly is multi-millionaire. You get what I'm saying? He's done great with flipping his music bread into other business ventures, but I just don't like this relationship the way it played out because, I mean, it's the same Lunatics, bro. It's Nelly.
And these are documented. These are the niggas that you grew up with. Like, I think Keywan, like, him and Keywan was, like, for instance, like, elementary or middle school. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, if that was supposed to be your people, man, you're supposed to look out. I ain't gonna hold you. You're supposed to look out.
Man, that shit is sad, bro.
But that statute of limitation shit is crazy, though. That they
3 years.
That's calculated, Mike. I ain't gonna hold you. That's calculated. I don't think that's anything that the record label came up with or whatever the case may be, because you have got to know, like, it's so much shit going on within those 3 years. How could you possibly remember to be like, hey, Nelly, did you give me writing credit? You just like, you're putting your trust in the wrong people, man.
They did a lot of good songs together, bro. Mm-hmm. Like you said, you got Ride With Me. You got Hot in Here. You got EI. You got, again, Batter Up.
Yeah.
You got Air Force Ones. Yeah. Like.
I remember Batter Up. Man.
3 years?
Yeah.
Statute of limitations?
I think that was calculated.
That's crazy. You think that was calculated?
That sounds kind of calculated, bro. Because you got to think, bro, 3 years.
You had 3 years to realize that you don't have credit for something to have a case.
But think about it. This from 2000, from 2000 to 2003, or from 2001 to 2004, bro.
Niggas ain't think about that. Niggas is killing shit.
We're on the. This is back in the gap. How we used to talk about how niggas will work one album for a whole damn year and a half. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's I don't know, man. That's kind of tricky.
These niggas had some songs together, bro.
Who would put that in there for 3 years only 3 years? And this is damn near the most life-changing 3 years, most busiest 3 years of your life. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just now getting money. You think if we just now getting money, I'm just so business savvy beyond my years that I'm just going to think about my writing credits?
Yeah. Niggas, but it's multiple stories about that, unfortunately, in rap.
It is.
Especially back then. You got to think, 2000, rap is how old? Around that time.
Maybe.
Like, for real.
Maybe 15 years old?
Maybe 15 years. Yeah. Exactly. You get what I'm saying? And you got to think, when rap first started, people thought that shit was going to be a fad. Now, look, most impactful genre on the earth. So, it's sad, man. And still, just even 2000, that really was 24 years ago? That shit don't even sound right. Shit was completely different. When you had to go to the store and cop the CD, you still had the internet, but you couldn't buy shit off the internet.
Nah.
You had to go to the actual store and buy that album, bump that album, get your CD player right, get all that shit right. Just everything was different. Them niggas wasn't as busy savvy back then. They were still babies. Yeah, they was babies themselves.
Yeah, they was young dudes themselves, and coming from like, there's no proper training. There's nobody who you could kind of tell, like, when you really do background and research on some of these guys who are in the game and how they've able to maintain and stay for a long time, bro. You realize they got certain people who are around them who teach them stuff.
Correct.
Like, I'll never forget when E40, his uncle was in the music business already. So that's how he learned how to properly structure his deals and get his money. And, and Master P came from up under E40's uncle, his Uncle St. Charles. So it's like this kind of information and stuff, not to get jerked.
Yeah.
It's things
it's
that
sad.
But the thing is, somebody have had to get jerked first so they can teach you how not to get jerked.
It's fucked up because at the end of the day, St. Lunatics have a case morally. They do.
Yeah.
They 100% do. But business-wise, they're not going to come out on the winning side of this.
Nah, that's a losing effort. And
it's a losing effort.
Honestly, them niggas really just wasting time and money because you got to pay a lawyer.
Pay the lawyers. Yeah, because they say they seeking $50 million on top of for lawyer fees and shit. So it's a sad case, bro, and it's gonna ruin the relationship. Unfortunately, the relationship was always sour, not always, but recently it became sour.
Yeah,
I remember when Keywan first came, I'm like, Keywan and Nelly beef? What the fuck going on? Nah, this shit, it's like, nah, bro, it wasn't supposed to go like this, bro.
Nah,
it was not supposed to go like this. That's just reading this whole shit because they're not gonna get that bread.
Nah.
And it would have to take Nelly stepping back to be like, okay, I'm going to pay y'all this.
I mean, honestly, the way Nelly might work it, the only nigga who might get paid is Murphy Lee because that's the only nigga who ever made him some fucking money. Honestly, the only nigga who might get paid.
Because Nelly might be looking at it from standpoint, y'all niggas ain't putting no work. Y'all niggas put out one album. You get what I'm saying? You didn't really flourish like how I flourished. I continue to work. I continue to grow. So that could be his perspective. I'm just providing perspective. That could be Nelly's perspective.
Yeah, it could be. I think the only nigga.
Why would I credit niggas who didn't want to put in no work type shit? Granted, but on the first album, it was clear like it was a collective effort. Yes, you were that nigga.
Yeah.
But it was a collective effort as far as them niggas assisting you.
And what I heard is that originally it was supposed to be Ali who was supposed to be like the star, but Nelly kind of took that reign over.
I can see that, but Nelly, he just had the whole makeup.
Yeah, he had the star quality. He had the
star quality, yeah.
Especially for them 2000s, he was, if you wanted to have his, like, him and, like, the certain molds, like a him and a Ja Rule.
Man,
like
he was, but you got to think, Nelly was blazing too. He was on features himself.
He was cooking shit.
He was getting calls to do features. He was cooking shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, he had the it. When you look at the St. Lunatics, he was going to be the one.
Yeah, he had the it factor.
He had the it factor. That's just what it was. That's not discredit Ali. If anybody was going to be, for me, it was going to be Murphy Lee. If it wasn't going to be Nelly.
Yeah. Facts. He was the, and Murphy Lee.
He could rap.
Yeah, he could rap. To me, he had the it factor. I don't know what happened, but
yeah.
Bro had the it factor, man. He definitely had the it factor. He definitely could have been in that 2003, 2004 type of class. I know him, Game, Joe Budden.
Budden.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he definitely could have been around there. Yeah, he definitely could have been around there.
That's crazy, that story. I saw that shit yesterday. I ain't gonna lie, Marcus, that shit bothered me. I said, damn, bro, another fucking, like, just,
first the Fat Boys break up.
Yeah, bro, it's another one of them. Yeah, it's another one of them. And you want to see niggas age gracefully together and be cool. Like, even if y'all don't work together no more. I've never seen Pusha T and Malice ever have no spill out publicly, and them niggas stopped working together musically.
Yeah, but they're brothers, so
you get what I'm saying?
Pusha T even said, like, his brother said he wanted to stop making music, and he ain't challenging me. He said no. He's like, all right, bro, just You know, they're brothers, so that's different.
Exactly. But we seen some brothers fall out though.
Yeah, but I've seen, you know, I never
the
seen
Jacksons.
Yeah, of course, R.I.P. Tito.
And R.I.P. Tito Jackson. Yes, R.I.P. Tito Jackson. But we seen brothers fall out. But what I say that to say like with Pusha and Malice, they stopped making music together, but it never was ugly.
Yeah, and same thing.
And now they coming back.
Yeah, same thing with Andre and Big Boy. Like
same shit. I can never see a day where such and such is filing a lawsuit against Andre 3004. I'm like, no, bro, hell no.
We're speaking of that, you know, Neptunes, you know, Chad and Pharrell.
Yeah, Pharrell said he just wished Chad the best, bro. That's still love.
Yeah, they got a lawsuit,
but I don't know. It's a lawsuit, or they're just not talking.
I think that's the reason why they're not talking. I think there's some legal things going on between the two, bro.
Great music together.
Some of the greatest music ever, man.
Some of the greatest beats, ever.
And people really sleep on Chad, bro. Chad is a fucking. Chad is.
He just wasn't the full scale artist like Pharrell was.
Yeah, he wasn't trying. I don't think he was really trying to be that neither.
See, Pharrell was trying to be an artist too.
Yeah,
which he did. He's good, but another one.
Yeah,
another case of niggas just not being like. You can stop working together and still be cool. That's the thing. Ain't never gonna be a time when niggas gonna be. That's another thing. I give credit to the Locks.
Yeah,
they always said they're never gonna let money, women, or none of this industry shit come between us as brothers. Yeah, we had our arguments. Yeah, we disagreed on a lot of shit, but at the end of the day, we still gonna be cool.
And I think, man, that's the brotherhood, man. That's really when you guys come up together, you know what I'm saying? It's a different type of thing, you know what I'm saying? So that's why it always looks sad when this shit goes apart, because it's like, damn, y'all niggas been thugging together for this long, and now all of a sudden y'all want to let this be the divide between y'all when, you know, we've gotten over everything else. Why can't we not get over this? And, you know, with time, you know, some people's feelings change about people, and they be like, man, fuck that shit, you know. It's a lot, man, when if you're doing a group or a collective effort and y'all trying to hold it down for that long period of time, because life just happens, bro. Things change, situations change, you know, and for the Locks to be holding that shit down for this long. Yeah. And it shows,
and
like,
you never saw they disagreements in public.
Nah.
Never seen it in public.
And the thing is, everybody is comfortable where they at. Jada is comfortable who he is. You know, Jada might be a little bit more, you know, as far as mainstream wise than the rest of the two. But Styles P don't trip because Styles, you know, he's the man in the underground. He knows he does his thing in the underground. Sheek Luke don't trip because Sheek Luke gets way more money outside of rap than he do in rap. So and he don't never really trip. And he's also know that he's been a part of classic shit.
Correct.
Whether it's through the Locks, Rough Riders, he's been a part of classics. So
like I didn't like to see Cameron and Mace going at it. Great that they back together. I didn't like to see Cameron and Jim Jones going at it. Good that to see that they cool and shit like that.
I mean, their situation is funny, man.
I still think them niggas cool,
I still think they're cool too. I still think they got a lot of love for each other. Cameron be saying funny shit now. Like Cameron be saying
I think that relationship is cool. It might not be but I think them niggas if something was to happen, they'll be fucked up behind it.
Yeah, of course, because that's like this. Like,
you get what I'm saying?
It's still like brothers probably, but it's just
it bothered me to see Cam and Mace go at it. That bothered me. They was at it for years though, like early 2000s. They stopped being cool like early 2000s, bro.
I remember. You remember Take 'Em to Church off of Purple Haze?
Off of Purple Haze, yeah.
Dog, that was. Because I remember that diss.
I mean, shit, he dissed them on Welcome to New York City. Yeah. Axe Macy ran back to Atlanta.
Yeah, I remember that.
You get what I'm saying? Like, it was, them niggas been beefing early, bro, early. But it's good to see that them niggas are back. And I hope Saint Lunatics and Nelly work that shit out. And if they don't work out, I just don't want to see no public disrespect. Yeah. Because y'all niggas gave us great memories, bro.
Yeah, and then there's always, you know, certain, you know, things that, you know, people split with and we don't really know about. So if they just, I mean, we know about it now, so it ain't really that. Like, cause I remember I was watching. Sometimes I watch old episodes of podcasts, and I just so happened to run into an old episode of T.I.'s podcast, and 2 Chainz was on it. Now, T.I. and 2 Chainz had a little problems, but I never knew about this shit. Like nobody.
I didn't know about that either.
Because Luda and T.I. had issues, so
Mm-hmm.
entourages and certain shit. Like I forgot they was telling a little story about it, but I never knew that because that shit nobody ever talked about it. Like I didn't know the extent of Ludacris and T.I.'s actual issues. I just thought it was just on the Stomp record. I didn't know like they really didn't like really fuck with each other like that.
Yeah.
Because like I-20 and Ludacris had a battle on the radio and T.I. smoked that nigga.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was kind of like the start of this shit.
Started?
Yeah, but
Petty.
Yeah, it was petty. But it's just, these things like you really don't know about, until these issues come arise. Even with like back when 2 Chainz and Ludacris was having issues as far as with, contracts and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't really hear about I didn't hear about that shit till like later on. You know what I'm saying? So, if you could keep shit under wraps, man, because the relationships can still be good even though you're going through a situation. The longest, like you said, things don't get public. Because him and Luda are good now. You know what I'm saying? They cool now. I don't know how cool they are, but they look like they on speaking terms. Yeah. So it just shows that, things can be worked out, bro. But, once you take it to the public and once it gets there, it's out there. And once it's out there, it's interpretation. Like I remember Mike said, like if we have if he had a problem with a nigga and he take the shit online, he's like, we're never cool again.
Never.
You know what I'm saying? I feel the same way. Like
never. Because any problem I have with somebody, I'm gonna get at them directly. Even if I don't have that rapport with you, hey, drop my number in the DM.
All right. So what do you think? So let's say if you was in a situation like that, like you said, you had a friend that sued you.
Like, what is he suing me for?
I'm just saying, I don't know whether if it's like, whether it's, business or, some whatever the case may be. But this your people, you know what I'm saying?
If you sue me, that's fine, but publicly handle that shit correctly.
Okay.
Don't go on the internet trying to do ill shit on my character.
All right.
There would be no reason for nobody to sue me because I always am honorable in all aspects of life, especially when it comes to business. I'm all about being fair. But if that was to ever come up, even if I was to sue somebody, even if I'm not cool with you, unless you take it there first, I'm just gonna keep it at the lawsuit and we can handle it in court.
Yeah,
I can feel how I feel, but I'm not gonna put them feelings online.
Yeah,
because granted, we might have did some great shit together. So I don't want that to be severed because I'm lashing out on the internet because of my feelings. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. So even if I was to sue somebody from a business standpoint, I'm gonna keep it business. And I'm gonna feel how I want to feel. I might just rap with you as my homeboy, all camera, like, hey man, da 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 da. But publicly, no, we can't do that. Yeah. Because then other people who may have future business ventures with you may look at that. Yeah. Like, oh, if we come to a disagreement, or we don't even reach a Mike might spaz out on the internet on some other shit. You get what I'm saying? You got to be mindful of shit like that. You always got to think long term when it comes to your actions on the internet. The internet is forever. Yeah. As much as people talk about that, no, that digital footprint is forever. Yeah. So hopefully, I would want the person to handle me in a respectful way publicly. Yeah. If you're gonna sue me, sue me. Yeah. And if I sue somebody, I'm gonna hold that respect for you to not engage on any online back and forth. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Let's just handle that in court and go about our business.
But could you still be cool with the nigga?
Business wise, if I get to the point where I gotta sue you, we'll never do business together. There ain't gotta be no hate. All right. But if I know behind closed doors of why you did what you did as to why I'm suing you, then no, we can never be cool again, depending on the level of it. Okay. You get what I'm saying? Because you knew what you was doing. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? That don't mean I'm gonna publicly bash you every chance that I get. You know, so because people like to ask questions. Hey, what's going on with you? Hey, we had a situation. We handled in the court. Next question. Yeah. Leave it at that. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Any questions regarding that, I'm not answering. You're going to have to go to that person for that information, and hopefully they keep that shit professional. But you ain't getting no tea out of me.
Yeah, because a nigga might just fall like, yeah, that pussy ass nigga trying to sue me. Yo, hey, boy, nigga fucking wild out in front of
niggas are wild out, man. Right. But, again, man, I hope Nelly and the St. Lunatics handle that shit, man. They saying Bryce Young is struggling because his ex-girlfriend with Tyrese Maxey. I don't want to hear that shit, man. Bryce just ain't got it, bro.
People make the world go round. Like, dog. Ain't she somebody else ex too? Like,
I don't know.
Man.
I don't know, man.
Hey man, he moved. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Bryce moving like he in high school, nigga. You not in high school, bruh.
But this his whole body language, bro. When he throw a pick, it's just he's a bust. It is what it is.
Damn, my nigga label. Hey,
It is what it
y'all
is,
got
bro.
Andy
Niggas
Dalton
talking about
starting.
maybe he could be with the Seahawks or Dolphins or put him with the because our situation. You know, two things could be true. I got a shitty owner, but he also has regressed. Terribly, he's regressed. Like I'm not even going to no deep dive. All I know is they trying to say the man playing bad now because his ex with Tyrese Maxey. I don't know.
But okay, so Mike, all right, so I'm not really privy to you know your team, so you gotta help me out on this one. All right, so y'all draft this nigga. Y'all know he's undersized. Y'all know he's very small. Why don't you guys like put the right pieces around
we
him
have
as far as like
the-
on the defense? I mean, on
the offense.
Yeah, the offensive
line.
like, the offensive
Last year, I
line.
charged it to the game. This year, the offensive line has been tremendously better.
I mean, but
They
it's
took
only
a
been
big
2
leap.
games though. It's only been 2 games.
I don't know. He's been that bad. That's what I'm telling you. I'm not mad at him getting benched.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at him getting benched, bro. But we're to the point now, my nigga. We have been to the playoffs since 2017. I blame a lot of this on our owner. But you moved the chips to the center of the table for Bryce Young. You fired Frank Wright, who wanted C.J. Stroud. I wanted C.J. Stroud more so for his size.
Yeah.
My issue between Bryce and C.J. had nothing to do with the talent gap. It was more so size. Yes, I believe the size factor matters.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I still was happy with getting Bryce, but he's just not playing good. So, yeah, we got to put Andy Dalton in. And maybe, I don't know, it could be a few for him. I don't know. I just know what he's been doing has been egregiously bad. It's been bad. It's not like we're losing games at the wire and he's doing what he's supposed to. No, Bryce he's missing throws that he probably wouldn't miss last year.
But don't you think that's probably up here more than anything else?
That's why you got to get benched. That's
But that
part of
only
the game
fucks
too.
up. I know. There's a part.
Or
of
it
the
could
game.
make you better. I don't know. But Dave Canales and we fired coaches like it ain't shit.
Yeah.
Canales probably looking like, hey, bro, you ain't getting me fired.
Yeah, I feel you.
And he's a coach that seems like he's very friendly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know too much about him, but he wants to get some credit for what he know.
Yeah.
He's an offensive coordinator coming from Tampa Bay, had a great year with Baker Mayfield. He wants to get his just due.
Yeah.
But he feel like he might not get his just due if he keep Bryce Young in there. I don't know who made the call. I believe Dave probably made the call. He want to win too. I just don't want to see that man get fired. I want to keep my coach for at least 3 years. We've been going through since 2019. We've had Matt Rule, Frank Wright, and now we on Dave Canales, and it's 2024, bro. Come on.
Hey, so you see, what's the dog name, man? Quarterback for the Buccaneers. He used to be our quarterback, man.
Baker.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield. You seen his quote? Basically, just saying like. And all in all, what he basically was trying to say was it's kind of hard for that man to really get his fair due or just due in his situation because he's in a fucked up situation to begin with. He inherited a fucked up situation.
You talking about with us?
Yeah, he's speaking on Bryce. Like, he basically saying I understand where Bryce is going to.
Oh,
because I had went through that shit. The situation I inherited was fucked up.
I'm not saying our situation has been the best, bro. That's not what I'm saying. But at some point, two things can be true. Our organization made some fucked up moves. We was firing coaches, changed out a quarterback every single year. You do not do that. Yeah. We should have kept Teddy Bridgewater as the bridge to Bryce Young. That's what we should have did. Yeah. We didn't do that. We had Teddy Bridgewater 2020. This fresh off of Cam Newton and Ron Rivera. So we have a new regime now.
Yeah.
So Teddy Bridgewater 2020. You didn't like Teddy. 2021, you get Sam Darnold. You didn't like Sam. 2022, you get Baker Mayfield. You trade Baker Mayfield in the middle of the season. You bring Sam Darnold. He got the job back. 2023, you draft Bryce Young. Now Bryce Young getting benched at 2024. It's been a shit show at quarterback. But he's been playing bad. That's just what it is.
Hey, man, y'all could always draft Shador. Y'all could always draft Shador.
Hey, man, we got anything else, man, if we get up out of here?
Hey, that man gonna be available to y'all now. Like, don't sleep now. If
I'm not shitting on him. I think his quarterback comp is Teddy Bridgewater.
Okay, well, I mean,
I don't see a franchise quarterback in Shador Sanders. I don't. I just see a cool quarterback like Teddy B.
Okay.
He could get better. But I wouldn't. We might be drafting in the top 2. I'm not taking Shador Sanders top 2.
Yeah,
Deion probably wouldn't want him to come to us anyway, so fuck him.
I ain't gonna lie. Why not?
Deion's gonna control where Shador goes at.
Okay. Well,
just gonna be some Eli Manning shit in 04.
All right.
For sure.
But shit, man, I mean, y'all bad, so y'all will get Travis Hunter if y'all fall.
I fuck with Travis Hunter.
Y'all bad, so y'all get him.
I fuck with Travis Hunter, so that's all I got, man. I don't want to get no deep dive because these niggas didn't even deserve that spiel from me. Yeah. They not getting another tweet out of me. You see, I don't tweet about them niggas. It's a dub. I don't deserve that. I done spent too much money emotionally and financially for me to be in this state as a Panther fan, bro. Y'all not even worth no tweets out of me. So that's pretty much all I got, man. We got anything else, man, before we get up out of here?
Nah, man. Just everybody continue to keep doing your thing in the city, man. Keep believing in yourself, man. And just like I said, bro, the sun gonna shine. The sun always shines on people, man. So just know what to do when you win it, man.
Facts, man. That's facts. That's all. Hey, that's all I can say, man. Continue to run it up. Be safe. Continue to be consistent. Be honorable. Always be truthful. Be honest. And ultimately, man, drink water and mind your business, man. That equates to elite skin.
Oh, hold on. We forgot some music came out, man. What you think about Mixtape Pluto? What you think about the future?
Oh, we did forget about that shit. Mixtape Pluto was pretty good, man. I gotta spin it some more, but I'm definitely feeling a few tracks on there.
Man, that shit.
That's too fast. That shit hard. I fuck with that. That too fast is hard.
Man,
probably one of my favorite tracks.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. That tsunami or wave or tsunami, whatever.
Yeah, that tsunami shit hard.
That shit's hard. I like the only songs I really don't like. I don't know why. I'm not really a fan of Too Fast, and I didn't really like MJ, but
I didn't like MJ.
From that 7 or 8 to like that 17, straight thracks, bro.
Yeah, Babyface Ray dropped too.
Yeah, but I was listening to a little bit of his stuff when I was on my way coming back down here.
Okay.
But man, that Mixtape Pluto, that shit got a lot of elements of like, I hear a little bit of elements of beast mode and there's a little bit of elements of astronaut status, a little bit of elements of 56 Nights, because I've seen some people having their gripes with it a little bit, but I'm like, it will remind me. I see why he named it Mixtape Pluto, because it really do kind of got the elements of like, a little bit of Streets is Calling, and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I fuck with that shit, man. I fuck with that shit.
Man, that nigga's been having a great year, man. That nigga said, fuck that. I'm going to run this shit up. Yeah, so salute the future, man, for a good project. Yeah. I ain't seen nobody else that really dropped. But just going through this track list again, yeah, I definitely fuck with I fuck with Too Fast, Surfing the Tsunami, and where's the other one at? Ocean.
Ocean fire. I like
Ocean is fire.
I like Ski. I like Press the Button. Lost My Dog is gas. I mean, this whole shit to me, just South of France is fire. Like, this whole shit to me, just this shit hard. And I looked at like some of the production. I see he did a lot with Southside, which I always like when him and Southside work together. And he got some production with Wheezy. So this is another banger, man. This shit gonna bang out, man. Brazier fire, like all this shit ready to cook up. I seen people talking about Pluto Ski. That shit was jokey, but I still fuck with it. Like Made My Whole Faint, like all this shit. And he's saying some very egregious lyrics on. He's saying some egregious shit on here. You know what I'm saying? Taking that shit back to the old Future. Like the nigga said on the record, I'm the realest nigga this bitch fucks. So she's a virgin. Like, to that extent, I'm like, bro, this nigga saying some wild shit. He taking that shit back to old school Future, bro. Nigga said my hoe got more hoes than me. I'm like, man, keep that shit playing, dog.
And nigga Future running it up.
Keep that nigga.
I'm interested to see how he come 2025, but he definitely made 2024 a strong year for him.
Yeah,
that's for sure he did.
And I think why, because he he sold his old he sold his masters, remember?
Yeah.
But when him doing that, he set himself up a new deal. So I'm pretty sure everything that he dropped now is going to be good. It's going to be all him. So I think this is why we're getting the influx of music, getting that catalog up.
Facts. So, yeah, man, shout out to Future, shout out to Babyface Ray. I'm going to definitely spin that Future a little bit more today. So, yeah, man, again, y'all be safe out here, man. Continue to run it up. And, again, be honorable, drink water, and mind your business, man. So, like we say every week, man, if you hear anything on the show that gets you in your feelings, you feeling some type of way, always remember, we're just some messengers.
We out.